Yo, yo. Woo! Hello, everyone. Pew, pew, pew. Welcome to episode 60 of Press Any Key. Fuck.
I hope you like all the new drops.
Who the fuck invited you back?
This is his show debut for the year. Dan's back.
It's been what, 4 weeks since I've done a show?
About a month, yeah.
Yeah, about a month now, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, dude, you are
Right.
you
I
live the
wasn't here
life
last
on
week.
this show, man.
Dude, I'm just here to have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, so it would seem.
Make sound effects.
So, yeah, make sound effects with my mouth. Welcome to episode 60. If you like everything you see here, subscribe, like this video, and time codes below and in app for anyone who wants to just jump around. We're going to do non-spoilers and spoilers. So, it's important to note that too when we start non-spoilers and spoilers, Jess, just so you know. I should have said that
No,
a
we're
little
good.
bit more explicitly. But either way, yeah. And we also have a guest with us tonight. Everybody, give a round of applause for AJ from Genre Geeks, everyone.
Welcome!
With applause.
Friend of the show.
It's true. The studio audience.
There's a
that
big
we
crowd
have.
here.
Yeah.
We should clap.
Yeah. We're actually a
Feel the
super
energy,
spreader
I love
event.
Welcome.
So there's people outside
up?
just banging on my house.
Let us in.
Can you turn him up just a little bit, Jess, or no?
He's up all the way.
Yeah, he's up all the way. in
Up all the way.
Discord,
I'll turn
so.
myself up
Yeah,
more on
give
my
me-
end here.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Crank that
mic a little
Yeah,
higher.
no, go a little louder.
There we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
All
Okay.
right.
So welcome to the Dragon's Lair. This is it.
This is it, man.
This
I'm
is
so
where it
hyped.
goes
I'm
down.
a big fan.
Thank
I'm
you.
a big fan of you guys. I've been talking to Pat for a minute because I know, like, I messaged you guys on Instagram, and I'm like, tell me about your show, and like I listened to an episode, instantly fell in love with you guys, and I had Pat on with us to cover Ghostbusters. What was this, like a couple months ago now?
November.
Back in November,
yeah.
November, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
we
was
had a good
very
time.
excited when you asked me to be on here. I was like, absolutely, anytime, dude. I'm such a big fan of you. I
Well-
ridicule my guys because like I point you guys out. I'm like, listen to how cohesive their comedy is. See how they're all snappy and moving forward, and they're like, we're not that funny, man.
Even though we never stay on topic.
Can't finish a single
Can't
fucking
finish a
conversation.
Yeah, but before you came on, I was like, I don't understand. Like everything by them sounds like very not scripted, but like I was like, it's clean, it's straightforward. I was like, they're on topic, they're cohesive,
and they're
then-
confident.
And then there's
they're
us.
confident in what they have
And
to
then
say.
there's us. I was like, are all none of those things. We just have nice toys. Like that's what we just have.
We're like crows. It's just shiny.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, anyway, thanks for coming on for this episode. We're happy to have you. So,
my pleasure, man.
moving forward, we do have some stuff to talk about tonight, you guys.
Couple, one or
And-
two.
Couple of
Yeah,
things.
a couple things. So first up, I'm just gonna give a little summary.
Yeah, run it down.
Hit us.
So we got a PS5 streaming service,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Nearly confirmed.
Nearly it's almost there.
confirmed.
They're just pushing along.
Project
pushing
Spartacus.
along. Batman might potentially be delayed.
No.
Might potentially, maybe, possibly.
I'll
Might
put-
still
potentially,
sticking
yes.
with the date.
It is
Possibly.
It's the most. I need to let you all know this is a possibility without moving the stock price of the company
Yeah.
any lower.
I just want you to
That's
know
what
we're
it is.
thinking about this.
Yes.
As opposed to Morbius, they were just like, yeah, we said April, right?
Instead of an official email, I'm just saying this. I'm just putting it out there. And then we watched Peacekeeper.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. I keep calling it.
I kept calling it
keep
Peacemaker
calling
too.
it too.
Yeah. All the time.
I
Yep.
I hashtag Peacekeeper in like
I
in the Instagram post.
That's
Yeah,
a different show.
I took
Is
like.
is Peacekeeper
a-
an actual show?
I don't know. I just made it up.
well, I mean,
I'm
yeah,
funny. I do
technically.
that sometimes.
Just give yourself a drop.
I don't know.
No, literally,
Hi.
I went to like as I was like taking my notes and doing everything for the show, I typed everything with Peacekeeper, and then I'm like Googling, I'm like Peacekeeper cast, so I can get like the actual names of the people, and I was like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yep, me too.
Oh no, dude! I covered that movie back, or the Suicide Squad earlier last year, and yeah, the whole time, the entire review, I'm talking about, Peacekeeper, and then I got so many freaking messages from people that are like, if you're a real comic fan, I'm like, okay,
It's like the Mandela effect.
Like, look behind me.
exactly,
Uh,
yeah,
and then we saw Scream. Everybody here saw Scream, right? Jess, you saw Scream?
I did.
Good, good.
All right.
AJ, you
She
saw
saw a
Scream.
movie? My God.
Okay. Clearly, you've been listening. You've been listening to the
I've been
show.
listening. Yeah, I listened to y'all's 2021 wrap up. Yeah, you're just
You know what? I'm
pure
glad you
business.
brought it up. Jess, what
I
the
didn't
fuck?
see that.
Fire live.
Get the fuck out.
Get out.
Burke, get back there. Get on the 20 chair. But yeah, no. Yeah, we saw Scream, and we all have thoughts.
We do.
Everyone's got
thoughts.
thoughts.
We got some thoughts.
Mostly positive thoughts.
We'll see.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be an uphill battle today.
We'll see.
This was going
Bro,
to be.
where's
Nick?
that was your post that was like, we watched Scream, so you didn't have to. I'm like, uh-oh. I have different thoughts on this movie.
Throwing a little bit of spice. I'm gonna justify it when we talk about it, but I do
I'm
have
excited for that.
positive notes.
I don't agree, but you know that AJ and I are
I got
like.
some positive notes.
You know that AJ and I are like diehard Scream fans, right?
No, I
Yeah,
we'll talk
that's
about
fine.
it. We're
That's
gonna get
fine.
there.
And
Okay,
you're allowed
all right.
to be that.
All right, so then
I know I have a friend. Dude.
Jess, what about you? Are you a Scream fan?
I haven't really seen all of them. I think I saw one. Was Emma Roberts in one of them?
Yeah, that
I
was the
saw
one
that
came
one.
out.
I don't really remember
Four?
any of
Yeah.
it.
Hayden Panettiere. How do you say it?
Panettiere.
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 right.
Yeah, that was the one
Whatever.
I saw.
She
I
was in
don't
the
remember
Dolphin
it
movie though too.
She was in.
She was in
Heroes.
what?
Yeah. The movie where they're like, save the dolphins, they're getting murdered in a cove.
Don't look up.
Yes, don't look up. Yeah, you're right. That's it.
Good man. Yeah.
It's weird not having Nick here to say Goodwill Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting. Well,
That's
yeah.
true.
So
Let's
you know,
address why Nick isn't here. He's
Yeah.
not here watching Goodwill Hunting.
That's true. It's his turn. It's his turn to watch Goodwill Hunting on Sunday at 8 p.m. And
He's taking care of Charlie.
Yeah.
On Stars.
That's the movie he's watching with him.
Charlie's on life support right now.
Charlie didn't get vaccinated.
Charlie didn't get vaccinated.
And he ordered a new train and it was covered.
This is covered in COVID. Sorry, Charlie.
Watch out for those
Sorry,
Lionel
Charlie.
Sorry,
sets.
Charlie. Yeah. All right. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Already, kid. Finish the fucking conversation.
Doing great.
So, all right. So let's cut down to brass tacks. PS5 streaming service.
Spartacus.
Now, we talked a lot about movies on your show, AJ, but we didn't really talk about video games too much. And as you know, here at Press Any Key, our fucking show is named after a video game command, which is weird because I feel like we talk about movies way more.
We do.
I'll talk about games as much as you want.
You tell me and I'll talk, Daddy.
fucking games. Oh, speaking of playing more games, he said he's down for Rust month.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah.
but I explained to him that,
I
Did you play
that
Rust
know.
before?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
And so he explained to me that this is
this
a commitment.
is commitment.
This
This
is
is
a
like
commitment.
on Fridays, you show up and you're there until like 2,
I'm willing.
3.
And
I'm
then
willing.
like take a couple
be there.
shifts during the week to
Yeah.
put a little wood in the TC.
Right.
Yeah.
Just kind of, keep things going.
Yes.
Keep the train moving.
And when you get out on the other side, you will literally be a worse person.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Jess can play Rust too.
Jess.
Jess can play Rust
you
for
in on
all
Rust?
of us on her rig.
I mean,
Yeah, Jess didn't play
technically, I could play a lot of things, but will
play
I? That's another story. What is this game? I don't even know.
It is a not permadeath, but pretty damn close. Like
It's as
survival.
close to permadeath as you get without being permadeath.
Picture if Minecraft was rated R and had guns.
And had guns.
And had sex
I'm
scenes.
listening.
it has titties.
Does it
Titties.
really?
Oh,
Like
well,
Peacekeeper,
then
our
I'm-
favorite show.
Then I'm down.
Oh, cool. We got it. All right. Everybody's in.
That's what like tips the scale for me. Like if I'm like on the fence, but then you say titties, then I'm definitely
Well,
in.
that's
we
why you
go.
played
And
There we
that's,
go.
Arkham.
and that's
yesterday.
why
And that's
you're
why we
such
like
a
you,
good
Jess.
goddamn fit on this
That's
show.
why we like you.
We are all on the same fucking page.
So PS5
But he's
streaming.
but he's in.
I'm in.
He's in.
I'm down to commit. I
Cool.
will commit to the 2-3 a.m. nights, and I'm ready to go.
Server
God
reset
damn.
monthly.
Yes.
It's
Yes, we'll
Yeah.
pick a server. That means we got to start looking for one now.
Yeah.
For one
Oh, is that how
resets
it
in a
goes?
month.
You
Yeah.
got to look like ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
The server resets.
How many people are in a server?
Up to usually like 200. I think we play on less because
Okay.
the more people, the harder it is.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna die a lot.
Oh, we all do.
We all
I'm
gonna
gonna die
die
a lot.
Nick's gonna
That's
build
the
the
name of the
entire
inside.
time. The
That's the
role
name of the
is
game, yeah.
Listen, we'll do another episode on. We could do a Rust part 2.
We
You know,
could.
1 year later.
That'll be my 1 year.
Yeah. Well, once we finish, but Nick's gonna build the entire time. He's gonna progress our technology.
Okay.
He's gonna toil
the usual.
engineer.
and
The
me,
engineer.
and me.
gonna
I'm gonna be
hassle our
out in the
neighbors.
shit. I'm gonna be collecting resources. I'm the only one who could PvP out of the three of us.
It is a really
I'm
hard
the only one who
PvP.
could kill
Is it?
people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's no like hit markers or anything, so you don't
No,
even know when you hit
but, like,
somebody.
there are hit
even
markers.
Oh, there are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even I'm the guy who like waits in the bushes and jumps out with a machete and kills people,
Yeah.
like, and then steals their stuff.
I can be the decoy.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I'll just run out naked,
Yeah.
just screaming in
and then
proximity
yes,
chat.
eventually, when the neighbors come for us with rocket launchers, I will harass the shit out of them, never ending.
Pull out your old Xbox 360 dialogue.
yeah, just be like, haven't used this in a while.
Dust off
Gotta
that
dust
book.
off the old insults.
Number 1, I fucked your mom. Number 2, I fucked your mom again.
I saw
Number 3, I fucked your dad.
Oh my god.
I saw the best thing on TikTok of like a female gamer responding to somebody like being just like hateful towards her. They were just hassling her, and she's like, I'm gonna fuck your dad and give him a son he actually loves.
Damn.
Christ.
Awesome.
That's
God
brutal.
I saw that
damn.
one too.
Shouts out to women.
It's so good.
Fuck yeah.
Like you can't say anything
dope.
comparatively.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck.
AJ, did you play or
good
do you
stuff.
play or have played Rust?
No, I've watched some gameplay of it. I am the furthest thing from that kind of gamer because I don't have that kind of time commitment.
Yeah.
So I'm the one that's got to bow out.
Is it because you have a
Is it
kid?
because
Is
of
it
your
'cause you
kid?
have a kid?
Because a stupid kid. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's for real, dude. Like I gotta like me and my friends like with my show like because we game too. Like we have to really set aside time, and so like we're like a week ahead. We're like, hey, this Sunday, this time. We're gonna play some like our game right now is Tribes of Midgard. That's our game of choice. That
Okay.
game's freaking
Okay.
dope. But
Okay.
again, a big time commitment, and we'll knock out maybe 2 games because it's a couple hours each round, and we're like, all right, see you next month maybe for us to do this.
Fuck.
A lot of my games are
Dude, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would do without like gaming legit is a part of my life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's the longest I've been doing than anything else that you see in this room that I might have done for a extended period of time behind you. But so this the advent of adulthood of me like slowly losing time to play games. I'm like, no, fuck that. Fuck being an
That's
adult.
what you're fighting.
Yeah,
That's
fuck
what. That's
that.
the hill you're gonna die on.
Speaking of games that you can potentially play soon on
won't
a
have-
streaming
There we go.
service.
but won't have the time
Look
for
at
it.
That's a pro host move. Right there. See that pivot?
So
That is a pro transition.
PS5 streaming service. The evidence has mounted. So there's some wild rumors going on
Spartacus.
out here, boys. So the first thing is that Sony is pulling all the PS Now retail cards from UK retailers just across the board. They had a representative from Sony come out and
I
say
love his excuse.
it's just the biggest. Like I said, it's another bullshit. Like we got something cooking up type
Yeah.
of thing without him saying it.
Right.
His was globally. We are moving from PlayStation Now gift cards to focus on our current cash denomination PlayStation gift cards, which can be redeemed for PlayStation Now.
It's literally them being like, we don't have iTunes gift cards anymore, but you can get an Apple gift card that you can use on iTunes.
Yeah. Yeah. So then so that was the first like big like red flag. But the second thing that's come up is that a rumor is Mark Cerny, I think you say his last name. He's the lead hardware specialist on the PS5 and the PS4, so he basically designed the architecture. Has found a way to get the entire libraries of the last 3 generations of PlayStation on the PS5 via streaming. Obviously, it's not going to be... You good? So, obviously, it's not going to be all of every single game in the library because, like, licensing and, like, you know... I mean, like, you can't get a hold of any of those older Marvel games anymore, even though they're out there and you can get them.
Is that the one you got on Reddit?
This is the one.
Is that the one? Does it
Yeah.
run?
I haven't tried running it
okay.
yet, but I have an Xbox over there to try it out. But, like, the only way I can get this was...
Secondhand on Reddit.
Secondhand
yeah.
on Reddit, and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy definitely stomped on it before he gave it to me.
Jesus Christ.
So so yeah, if this comes out and it's anything like Game Pass, like this and Game Pass has opened up a lot of bandwidth for Sony to be like, maybe we change our strategy, because Xbox worked out in the long term.
Oh, yeah.
It's now a thriving ecosystem that all of us pay into.
Yeah.
And all of us are like not above getting new hardware. Like if Xbox Series X's went on sale and they were available from like 500 to 200, right? And you can get 4K gaming. That's worth it to put on your TV. You know what I mean? Like an entire entertainment box with all those games and everything. You know,
for a couple $100 is not bad.
Like,
And it's worth it for us. However, one thing when I was reading about all this is that Xbox or Microsoft still actually hasn't turned a profit on Game Pass yet, even though it launched in 2017.
bro, these things they don't.
Like, here's the thing: is that they don't need to, because they're Microsoft. But at the same time, it's just interesting to think of the fact that it's incredibly popular with like 18 million subscribers or something like that. And since 2017, it still hasn't turned a profit.
As soon as people realize that Microsoft makes all of its money from holding,
they can hide the black, like the red, in anywhere else.
Yeah, the corporate enterprise,
every enterprise.
Yeah, like then it's a not like this. The hardware, like they're no longer selling that at a loss, I don't believe.
No, so they've been like, a couple articles I read were like they're shifting all of the service essentially to getting profit from live service games and subscription services. Because historically, whenever they've released a system, that year they've like taken huge losses because it just costs so much money to do.
Yeah.
Last year they had a $3.2 billion profit because like they are just shifting
You still
all
can't
of
get
this.
your hands on PS5.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
You can at least get an Xbox.
My PS5 is being horribly disrespected right now. I had to move. You guys,
The dust
I
collector.
fucking bumped into it and it turned on. So now it's like
That's probably
spinning
not
its
great.
fans and everything. And I'm like, where's the fucking off switch on this thing? Like, because then it's like I have to turn the controller on and turn the thing on. So I just fucking unplugged it and the fans did not just stop. They actually like freeze
Wound down.
Powered down
Wow.
mechanically like they should.
Yeah. It was like, and I was just like, uh-oh. Like,
One of the
So is this PlayStation thing supposed to also stream on your? Can you also have it in your computer as well? Because I know that's a big thing about Xbox.
okay,
Pass.
so I don't think people realize that this system already exists for PlayStation. I've had it. It was $60 for the year, just like Game Pass. And it's just like you can download games to play them or stream them, but there's no brand new releases. I think this is a pivot to consolidate it all, kind of like Game Pass and like Xbox Live have done, and then also do day and date releases.
Yeah.
a big thing with this, I think, with them releasing like God of War, Horizon, I think they're testing how it's going to do with PC gamers by putting those on Steam.
PC is a $30 million, a 30 million population of people.
But like if I mean,
And
you're
growing.
you're gonna get God of War on your PC, right, and play it if you haven't already.
On sale.
Yeah, when it's on sale.
On sale.
It is thankfully only $50
Fucking
instead of
guys.
$60, but
It's a 4-year-old game, and the sequel's like 4 months away, and you're
know.
gonna try and charge me the
4
50
months away.
It's my
as
that's
of
my
now.
favorite game. And I'm not buying it again on full price.
Yeah, it's not gonna
That's
happen.
amazing, right?
fair.
PS5 can already run at 4K at 60, so there's
Yeah.
no benefit to having
Yeah.
it on the PC.
yeah.
Well,
for
I'm-
me, who I don't have I got it for PS4, but
Yeah, and
I mean, not for like
to be
$8.
fair,
but
to be fair, like if you want to like really rip it apart, the textures aren't going to be really different, but it's the lighting engine that's going to be different, and
Sure.
it's going to be my monitor's 2K, but it can do 165 hertz. That's going to be a way sharper image than PS5 4K at 60. So either way, all the reviews say the same thing: is that like it's the same game, but it just looks like it should on a PC. It looks really good. You know what I mean?
and we should hear about this people are thinking in February there's going to be like a state of play and they're going to
That would be so sick. I'd sign up
can't
that
wait.
day.
yeah.
I'd be like, got it. I got it all.
I got it.
I got it. I got it.
Say no more.
Say no more.
Here's my money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dude, Jason Schreier, who like writes a lot about this, and he's like the dude in the industry who like people trust.
I know
this,
Jason Schreier. Yeah.
Yep, just for everybody. He was like,
me.
it's gonna happen. He's like, it's just when and will it be worth it? Like, if they're gonna charge like $20-something a month for it, it's got to be competitive with Game
With
Pass.
Game
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not worth it.
Which, like, even like Game Pass, I think they came out and said, even though that they still haven't turned a profit, they have no interest in upping the subscriber price. There's no reason.
Yeah,
no
there's
they
no
tried
reason
to hike the price of Xbox Live. Remember, from $60
that's
to
right.
like $120 for the
$120, right?
year.
That's
and everyone was
right.
like, "What the fuck?"
They
That's
just
the
wanted to up
opposite
and
of what
double
we
it.
were
Yeah.
asking. And then that happened on Friday, and by Sunday, Xbox was like, "Yeah, never mind."
JK.
JK.
Never mind. I love that we have that power now that we can like cyberbully companies and like, you want a what? And they're like, no, never mind.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
want
Just kidding.
Sonic to
We're
look
kidding.
like what?
We're kidding.
Yeah, we're not getting rid of that PlayStation backlog or whatever they were talking about. We're like, no, you guys threw a fit. Didn't
I'm
realize
sorry.
you guys cared.
Sonic's eyes are what?
Admit it. Okay, he was weird with teeth. Okay?
He was.
Yeah, he was weird.
very weird with teeth.
And those calves.
Like I said, if there's I remember
gutters.
the calves.
The calves.
I do remember the
You remember
calves.
the
now.
calves?
I do. I remember when I first saw them, I was like, "Why the fuck would they
He looked.
do
He
that?"
looked like someone like
way
mid
he was
Animorph
posing.
transition.
Yeah.
he was just like this.
Dude, if there was one design you didn't need to fuck with, it was Sonic's. Like you, and then I like how when they
Exactly.
when they actually put Sonic that looks like video game Sonic in the movie, the design team was like, and the director for that matter was like, that's exactly what we wanted the first time around, but the studio kept telling us to do something different. It's like, they should never have a say. They should never have a say. Just shut the fuck up.
Now we've learned.
Yeah.
So what have you learned?
Never have a say.
Yeah.
Speaking of executives not having a say,
Bang. Bang.
There we go. There we go.
and they should shut their goddamn mouths. So apparently the Batman might get delayed, according to Warner Brothers CEO Jason Kilar. That's how you say his name?
Yeah,
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So
I'm trusting the
this
man.
guy's
That's-
going to be out of a job by the end of this year. I mean, it's true.
Oh, he's going to be out of a job within a couple of months.
Yeah,
Whenever
exactly.
that merger
Whenever
goes
the
through,
merger
he's
happens.
out.
So
He's gonna be a board position with some
Oh,
bullshit.
yeah,
You know.
no, he's going to get some
he'll be
sort of
taken
nice
care of, but he's not at the
yeah.
helm anymore. This is all his fault.
COVID is
COVID. Omicron is his fault.
No. I mean,
big accusation.
the state of which
I know.
Warner Media is in, his fault.
Not wrong.
So
So yeah, Batman may be pushed.
It may be pushed.
Batman might be pushed.
but they're optimistic
So
that it's not.
let me tell you what he
is
said.
the sighting all because of Omicron? Because that's the only thing I've been able to find.
Predominantly.
It's
so,
predominantly
so
Omicron.
let me tell you
Okay.
what he said. Let me tell you.
Why don't you tell me?
Let me tell you.
Tell me.
Okay, hold on. I gotta
Read it
find
out
the right
loud.
quote. Okay, here's
you
what he
go.
said. I'm gonna tell you what he said.
Okay. I'm listening.
He said, "We're certainly paying attention to everything going on with Omicron." What was the next quote? Oh, it goes, "We feel good about the date right now, and we're gonna watch it day by day."
Yeah.
Personally, obviously, I don't want this to be delayed, but I think that the Batman has the potential, the same potential as earning potential as Spider-Man did. Dude, it's Batman in
It's
2022.
It's
No, I
Batman.
know.
I think it'll, I don't know if
Absolutely
it'll break
has-
a billion or anything.
Yes,
I'm
like
with
no,
AJ.
I
I'm with
100%.
Pat.
It's gonna
I
do well.
100% believe
think it
that
can break
a
a
Batman
billion.
movie can break $1 billion.
I think it can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did
because
any
like
of the Nolan
dark.
ones break a billion?
No, but the one that came the closest
I
was
think
like
Dark Knight
was like
did.
no, it didn't.
It didn't?
No, the closest the Dark Knight came was like 850 million. That's goddamn close.
That's a ton of money, but that's like I said. I mean, I don't know if it has the power of.
Dark Knight
No Way
has
Home.
533 million from
that-
boxofficemojo.com.
Is that domestic or is that
Domestic or is
global?
that?
I'm just looking at the top thing. Hold on. It says lifetime gross. I don't know if it's domestic or not.
Yeah. Regardless, though.
Maybe
I mean,
that is
that's-
lower than I thought.
That's fine, but I
I'm
really
looking
don't.
here. It says box office $1 billion. But I don't.
Who fucking knows?
Who
at this
knows?
point?
It made a lot of money.
Danny, you type that into the search bar yourself, though.
The Dark Knight $1 billion, and there it is, right at
It's
the top.
right at the top.
Look at that.
I feel like
Oh yeah, wow! Look at that the Dark Knight
Yeah,
box
there
office.
it is.
$1 billion.
It just broke $1 billion.
Wait, the Dark Knight Rises did
It had to have done better.
Is it
did
box
$1 billion
office
too.
or like including all of like the like later sales and shit, like total gross?
No, that's
just box
yeah,
it
no,
says.
worldwide. Okay, domestically, this did 533
Okay, so
million.
that's what that number-
Internationally,
There you
okay, so it did, yeah, this absolutely has the potential to break a bill. Dude, it's Batman.
Yeah.
The only superhero that is equivalent in popularity to Spider-Man is Batman.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't disagree at all. I think it'll do really well, but I feel like that was just that magic mixture for Spider-Man to do what it did.
Yeah.
And then I just don't know if I'm also excited for the Batman. I just don't know if it'll break $1 billion, even if they push it. I think keeping it in, when's it supposed to come out now? March?
March
4th.
Fourth. Yeah.
I think that's a good time though. I mean, we're
listen,
kind of in a weird drought for the next couple months anyway.
Yeah.
like I said, even though I don't want this to be moved, if this has the potential to do $1 billion, which I do think it does, and they don't think that they can do that during March with the way
Push
the
it to
pandemic's going,
June or July.
push it to June or July.
I was gonna say you could make it like a
Wherever
May.
you put
Yeah.
it, somebody's gonna move. You know what I
Do
mean?
you think they'll put it in the summer? You don't think they're going to push it towards the fall or anything?
If they push it towards the fall, that would be a very foolish thing to do.
Okay.
I'm telling them right now that is a foolish
I'm
thing
looking
to do.
right at you,
Okay,
CEO.
so listen, I'm not a COVID expert, but I literally just read the other day a epidemiologist's opinion on this. You know, somebody who's qualified said that you're not going to be able to tell what COVID's pattern will look like until you can be in 2026 and stand with a 5-year chart and see how everything surges. Right now, though, it looks like all the big surges happen
Around the
holidays and
in
when it
colder
gets
weather
colder
months,
weather.
yeah.
So
Okay.
why would you even just put it in July?
That's fair.
You know, wherever you put
Yep.
it, whatever your competition is like, well, we gotta fucking find a
Exactly.
new release
They're gonna
date.
move.
They're gonna
They're
move because
move.
nobody's
Marvel
going to
hasn't
the
announced their schedules for this year yet, right? They haven't released their
the
big titles.
not the full one, I don't think.
Yeah,
No.
I think Doctor Strange whatever has it, but the
Yeah.
other ones, I mean, that's their direct competition. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I'd be worried about as
Yeah.
Batman.
But either way, they said they feel good about it, and I feel like if Batman came, I don't know actually, because I've pretty much hit my limit on when we saw Scream on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was like looking around. I was like, this is about comfortable where I'm at in crowds right now. I wore a mask the entire time. And
I have slight stories about my theater experience.
Okay, okay.
Pat and I had
Oh,
quite
me-
the experience as well, but
You and I,
yeah.
you and I went to
Yeah.
two. Danny, you and
Oh,
I
yeah.
went to two different movies on Saturday.
We did. We did.
I was having a great time, and it seemed like you wanted to fight everyone in the theater.
I was looking around at the girls in front of us that were talking the whole time. There was
It's a
baby
horror movie. You
crying.
gotta do that.
There was a baby
There was
crying.
a fucking baby,
A baby.
a baby.
A baby.
You get the worst luck with that
Yeah.
shit.
Dude,
Like,
Yeah.
As a parent of a baby, I accepted my responsibility. If I don't get to go to the movies when I have the
Thank
baby.
you. Thank
That's my-
you.
I am-
Thank you.
Thank you.
The movie theater is a
You
sanctuary. to
stay
me.
at home and you watch the shit that you missed. You know?
Yeah, or like with my wife, I'm like, hey, sweetie, I'm going to the movies. You got the kid? She's like, yep. And then I go by myself like a weirdo, but I don't have a baby.
Yeah.
No, that's empowering going
take-
by
you take
yourself.
the wins
That's
you can get.
empowering.
Yeah, or you crack the window, you know, you leave it in the car. You, know,
You put your Tesla on the dog mode.
Exactly.
you put your food,
Put their favorite songs on.
put the food in the bowl and everything. You know, they'll figure it out.
Exactly.
Great.
They'll get it
Yeah.
going, yeah.
See, it's not a big deal being a parent. I don't.
It's not that hard. You just get a little water dish and they figure it
Yeah,
out.
thank you.
They
Yeah.
figured
Take it
it
to the
out.
guy who has a kid. He knows. Okay. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, for campus.
But they're doing this. They're doing a 45-day exclusive theater run
Yeah.
for all of their properties.
Yeah. We'll see
Oh,
how
wait,
long that
are
lasts.
we talking about Warner?
Talking
Or-
about Warner.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything is going to have a 45-day exclusive theatrical run.
Dude, that is the biggest joke that they've ever done because Marvel said they were doing that with
I
Disney
know.
Plus, and as
No,
soon
I
as
know.
Shang-Chi had a chance of making a fuck ton of money, they're like, and we're keeping it
we're
in
done that,
theaters.
yeah.
But apparently all of it's going to be, and then day 46 is HBO Max is where they're
But
gonna,
still in theaters. Like,
Yeah.
so they're not pulling it
No,
from theaters. Okay.
But
Yeah. Which I think is cool.
yeah.
But I mean, still,
I
it's a
think that's
month
the
and a
better
half
move.
after. You know, that's still a month and a half after initial release. You make your most money in like the first
couple of
3
weeks,
weeks.
yeah.
You know, you make your most money on opening weekend though.
Yeah. But I mean, HBO Max grew. Because I was looking at it and I was like, how much has it blown up? It grew 12.5 million subscriptions over the last year globally.
Yeah.
They just hit 73 million,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they anticipate that they're going to have like 120 to 150 by 2026, which is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like,
which seems like that fucking let's put the year the movies came to us deal.
Right.
Seems like that paid off, I would say. And even though those movies got low stream, like the biggest streamed new release was Mortal Kombat with 3.5 million streams. But even then,
But
like,
when did that come out?
that was in
Early this year,
that was
last year.
April, right? Like a week
was
after
around that time,
Godzilla
March or
vs
April.
Kong, right?
Oh, okay.
I can
Some-
look it up.
Something like that.
Around
But
that.
either way, like, it paid off because like the same people who are watching Mortal Kombat, there's some crossover with like Godzilla, but not all. You know what you get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So like, there's these pockets of like 3 million people, 4 million people, you know, who like are watching the day and date stuff and they sign up for accounts and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, they're doing this
They're
model
doing well.
the whole year. Is going to be like for Black Adam, Flash, everything that's coming out, 45 days theater, and then I mean we'll see. Like Pat said, when they with Shang-Chi, they were just like psych.
it's just
Not.
like shut the fuck up. I even forgot that was a thing because I was watching another streamer do his daily show.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, it's day 46 and Shang-Chi is not on Disney Plus. Disney refuses to give comment on it. They're like, you all know why this is not on
But Black Widow, here you go. You take that.
Black Widow. Yeah.
That and any of the freaking Pixar
Dude,
movies. I feel
they-
bad for that freaking studio.
Dude, they lost
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
so much money on Black Widow because they just didn't pay her. If they just paid her, they would have at least recovered some of their losses. But since it entered litigation, which was also a part of the contract,
Right.
where, you know, if it enters litigation and they lose, she gets like a compensatory thing. She fucking cleaned house is what happened.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her, exactly. Yeah.
AJ, I think you had a good point with like all of the. I've been reading a lot of articles about like who is going back to the theater and like why certain movies are doing well, and like people can't get like, you know, a lot of like older women to go back to the theater. Like In the Heights did not make like anything at box office, and
Because
then
it's demographic of people who would go and see
it's
it.
demographic
Yeah.
of people who would go and see it, and typically that the older, like, you know, moms and everything would bring their kids to like all the Pixar movies and everything like that too. So it's gonna be really weird to see what does well in theaters. It might just be like, you know,
The Marvel movies.
the Marvel movies.
Yeah. Where you have
Which
young
is-
people like us who don't give a fuck.
Which is
who
what
are just
brought,
going
which
out.
is, I mean, listen, Black Widow was the first Marvel movie of 2021, and that was, I guess Godzilla vs Kong was the first one that really like brought the box office like roaring back. But Black Widow was the first one that significantly moved the needle on like direct downloading streaming. Because even Disney was like, "Hey, what the
Hold
fuck
up,
happened over
hold
here?"
up.
Like when that came out, that made $65 million just by people buying it on Disney Plus on opening night. I was like, that is enough money for them to reconsider how they put out every
Because it was
movie.
$30.
going forward.
It
Yeah.
was $30.
But it's
yeah.
also, when you have a family of four,
Yeah, no, that's why
it's
they made it
way
$30.
more. Well,
yeah.
okay, so I said that in the beginning of the pandemic, where people were like, "Why don't they just put them out on streaming?" It's like because they'd have to
can't.
charge you $60 because now it's going from ticket like butt
ticket.
ass in seat to household, and then
Where you
there's
can
an
cram
average
as many
of
people
4
as you
to
want
6
in there
people
to
in a
watch it.
household.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have to
You can invite
compensate
your
for
friends
those
over
losses.
and all that.
But you
And also,
don't
you're
have
gonna
to-
piss the theaters off. So like,
I was
you might
gonna
as
say,
well
well, you're
just
not
enjoy the money while
you're
you
not
can.
paying the theaters. The theaters take their biggest chunk of money, like when it's most relevant, like right or
No,
it's
opposite.
the other way around.
The
I don't
studio,
know how that breaks
it's
down.
usually like 90-10, 80-20,
Oh, per
70-30, and then the rest of the run is like 50-50-50.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
you know, which fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see like if because the Marvel movies is a ton. If they're gonna try and make it like more, not family approachable, but more like, you know, kind of like appealing to a bigger audience, or
Yeah.
or if they're gonna do that to movies, or if they're gonna change the marketing to make everything look like dude bro shit. So we'll go see it, and then we're like, what the hell is
Let's
this
get the
family
dude
movie I'm
bros.
watching? Like,
Forget families.
Like, that would include people who market movies that know what the fuck they're talking about. And unfortunately, they don't.
we ain't there yet.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet as a society.
Nope.
But I'll tell you what is there.
Speaking of HBO Max,
Speaking of HBO Max,
I would play the song if
Yeah.
we had
If we wouldn't get DMCA.
if I wasn't, the stream wouldn't immediately get taken down. But basically, we watched the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker.
Got it right. You
Peacemaker,
got it right.
yeah.
Got it right.
Yeah.
Congrats
Got it
on
right.
nailing that. I
Thank
was
you,
wondering.
Thank you.
I was looking at your notes too to make sure you had
well, I
Peacemaker
rewrote
written
it
down.
from Peacekeeper
Bold.
to Peacemaker.
All caps.
So, this is gonna be like non-spoiler, because I don't want to ruin this for everyone.
Are we doing the whole thing non-spoiler?
Yeah, the
I'm
whole-
just most of my
fine.
notes are around like vibe,
General
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah. Got it. Okay.
And like stuff that they
General
that you already
John
know
Cena
from,
vibe.
like,
That's
the
all that
trailer.
right there.
And like my other thing is just like, just right off the bat, this is so fucking good.
It's fun.
It's literally
it.
It's a lot of fun.
I tend to believe this is the best thing DC's put out TV show wise.
I also think it's the best
Ever.
like side offshoot of almost any,
like a spin-off TV show.
anything
Yeah.
like Disney Plus has done and Marvel has done.
Yeah.
has really been shit.
Yeah.
This was like
Or mediocre at best.
yeah,
Yes.
they full on were like they're doing things like that and they're trying to be feel good and everything. We're DC.
Yeah.
You're gonna get gore, you're gonna get tits, you're gonna get blood.
But
Like,
hold on.
And we got all of it.
Wait, hold on. That isn't really
Hell yeah.
fair though, because they wouldn't put a show like this for Batman together. You know what I mean? The only reason this is like this
Well-
is because this isn't a property
James
that.
Gunn.
They took
Yeah.
yeah. And they took liberty with this type of character to
Yeah.
really go as far as they wanted to and push the tits as far as they could.
Yeah,
what did you guys think about like before watching it? What were your expectations?
Low.
low.
Right,
Very
like
low.
mine was in the gutter. I was
Yeah.
like, this is gonna be like just a piece of shit.
In John Cena's gutters.
Oh
in the-
god, yeah.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I get to check it off my little list. I'm like, yep, I got the experience of cum gutters reference.
We have
It was on the bingo card.
Yep, there we
Oh,
go.
that's a
I can
free-
go- I
that's
can
a
go
free
home now.
space
It's
on
a
the
free
bingo
space on the bingo card.
Congrats on bringing that to my personal vocabulary, and I have to remember other people don't know what I'm talking about.
Now, have you ever said it in front of your wife? What it,
I said gutters one time, and she said, "What?" And I'm like, don't worry about it. You're not gonna explaining the joke is not gonna make it better.
it's a gym
She's
term.
like, okay.
Don't worry about it.
because I've explained it to my fiance and she hates every time I say it. I try to bring it up at least once a week and she hates it.
She just rolls her eyes at me now about it. I'm like, it's funny, it's comedy. She's like,
You don't understand.
comedy.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, my expectations were low too. But I knew I didn't know how involved James Gunn was going to be, but I knew he was involved at least like in producing it. So I'm like, I trust James Gunn enough. And then seeing his name, at least on these first 3 episodes, saying
He wrote
written and
every
directed.
episode.
He wrote and
So I'm like-
directed every episode.
He
Yeah,
didn't
and
there's
direct
my-
every.
there's my
There's some episodes later that he didn't direct,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
he
But
wrote
he's
every episode.
showrunner.
Okay.
Yeah, but it shows.
enough
It
for
you.
really shows.
Dude. Oh my god. All right. So, right off the bat, I think this show feels and looks like a normal HBO comedy, but it's James Gunn. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah.
James Gunn through that lens because it has the same type of budget. It's weird. It has like a Californication vibe. You know what I mean? You guys remember that
Yeah.
show?
I never saw that.
Yeah.
show, no.
Did you guys get that vibe?
Yeah, I
you know
can
what I
see that,
mean?
yeah.
Also like maybe kind of like it has the same like color palette, like cinematography of like Righteous Gemstones or something.
Yes.
It's,
You know what
it's
I mean?
very
Yeah.
like,
Like it's very HBO-y, but also like this is clearly James Gunn's writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the open is very HBO-y.
Oh
the
my
open
God.
is very HBO. It's
All right.
a 2-minute
Okay.
open. Every HBO series has that super long open, and HBO has never not nailed an open.
Yeah.
They're all so good.
I think this is the best one for
It's
sure.
so good.
Yeah, I love it so much. I
like,
love
yeah,
it.
put
James
every
Gunn said he wanted to make an intro that you never skip every
Okay,
episode. And
so here's- okay.
3 times I've watched it all the way through.
Here's what I say. All right, so I think like obviously like as far as intro television goes, maybe like Batman the Animated Series is like as good as this. But this accurately and hilariously depicts the entire tone of the show while also introducing the cast.
You
Yep.
know what you're getting into.
Like you know exactly like,
exactly
oh
what you're
okay,
gonna
I
get
know what the
into.
fuck this is gonna be.
And that's what HBO is great at. Every show open they have, you know exactly what you're going to get into. However, my thing is the first time I saw it, I was just like, I love that this is completely different. I've never seen a show, at least like this, that has a dance number and has John Cena dancing like a robot.
That has
And
nothing
just
to do with dancing.
That has nothing to do with dancing. John Cena just doing crazy moves. However, after that, I was just like, once was enough, and I was like, I'm just gonna skip it from here on out. I was like, I don't need this every time.
I love it every time.
It's a banger.
It's
I love it.
awesome. So the other thing is that so we've seen John Cena in quite a lot of things. I saw him last year in the newest Fast and Furious movie. That was the only thing he was in. He was okay.
However, he's great in those purple cow commercials, those insurance commercials. Amazing.
I saw him in that movie Blockers, where it's like that comedy where like the teens
he was the
having
dad.
sex.
the cop
yeah.
blockers.
Yeah. And he was like okay in that. This, I feel like him teamed up with James Gunn, because James Gunn really knows how to like use an actor's strengths. Like think of Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, John
fucking
Cena's
John Cena knocks it out of the
Dude,
park.
it's like
It's unreal how funny he is. Like the scene where he draws the eagle on the gun.
he's
looks
like,
at-
I'm not
he
a
looks-
fucking artist.
He looks at the eagle and then looks back at his and goes, fuck. And I cracked up so hard. Like to the I had to pause it. Like that's how hard I was laughing.
Dude, like I cannot estimate or like just understate how good he is for this character, because you have John Cena, who is this big macho wrestling kind of dude. You have like the very Americana vibe about him, and you see all of this in Peacemaker. But I love that he's just like a big dumb himbo,
and he's a bit of a teddy bear.
Yeah,
he's
like,
a bit of a teddy bear.
My favorite moment was when they're at the Applebee's or wherever they're at, and he calls the chick sweet cheeks.
Oh yeah,
and then she's like, "That's like calling them sugar tits," and he's like, "Whoa, hold on, sugar tits are small," and he's like, kind of like you, like he was like, he's very aware.
What'd you guys think of Vigilante? Because from the trailer, I thought he'd be cringeworthy. And by the end of the third episode, I was like, I think this guy's
funny.
great.
Apparently, I was reading, I didn't read too deep in it, but apparently they shot 5 episodes and then they recast him. So they had to go back and reshoot some of his stuff, or at least revoice him, obviously, because they just need the mask.
Yeah.
But then I think then later they actually then recasted him.
Why they
But
recast him?
I really don't know. I literally just saw a headline that said that. I didn't read too much into it.
that sucks. I wonder why.
But no, I mean, like,
I hope I'm not endorsing a Predator or something right
no.
now.
Who you're seeing is the
recast.
final casting.
Yes.
That's the
Well,
recasting.
obviously,
while they were shooting.
True.
they're not going to change him
But-
in episode 6 and not say anything.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, he is great though. I do.
He's funny.
He's very expressive
Yeah.
in the suit, which I like because he has no face to work with. Facial muscle. I'm not crying. I'm just exercising. my face
Exercising
muscles.
face muscles.
Dude, it's
I love the. Why do you keep making faces? Because this way you'll never be able to recognize me.
you can't pick me up out of a lineup if I'm constantly changing my face.
Can I keep this one? Oh, dude,
good.
This show did a magical thing where I was convinced going into it. I'm like, I'm not gonna like John Cena's character. I'm not gonna like He's a bad guy in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, how? There's no way they're gonna win me back. And within that first episode, I'm like, God dang it, I love this dude.
Okay, so I like I said, John Cena. Like I agree with what AJ's saying right now. That like I wasn't expecting John Cena to be as
This
fucking
funny.
good as he.
Yeah.
Like he's like an actual.
Legitimate
Like-
actor.
He has amazing timing. He has
Yeah.
amazing
Oh,
timing.
yeah.
He has incredible comedic timing.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the first scene that they shot. I was listening to an interview with John Cena last week. The very first scene they shot is the one in episode 1 where he's dancing in his underwear. And they did it on purpose so that John Cena would be able to just like let loose and just get comfortable. And he was like, so I'm meeting the whole crew for the first time. Me and James Gunn, we sit down. He was like, all right, so get in your underwear. He's like, what? He was like, yeah, no, the first scene we're doing is you dancing in your underwear. And he was like, and I feel like that just set the tone for the rest of the series for me to
nice.
just feel comfortable and just feel good was by having me stark naked, essentially, dancing in
super
front
smart.
of, dancing in front of all these strangers that he had just met.
That comes through because like
Yeah.
the thing I wrote was I was like, I love how like true to that character he is. Like he is not trying to like please anybody else. It is like that is 1,000,000% him.
Yeah.
I
like
like when he bangs the the
chick.
the chick, and it pulls out and they double teamed her.
Yeah.
And-
They pull out of the bed.
And they're smoking a joint, and she goes to give it to him. He goes, "Can't believe they made that shit legal."
It's like, I would have killed you guys 3 years
Yeah, he
ago.
goes, yeah. He's like, "Can you guys believe I would have killed you 3 years ago if I saw you with that?"
No,
And it's just like how. What is going on here?
It's just
Like,
so
it's just
James Gunn.
so
and it's
debaucherous. You know,
Now,
like,
the woman there, that was
the woman who was hostage.
Got it. Okay, I'm just making sure because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the wife. I just want to make sure.
That was the
Okay,
funniest
yeah.
shit when they're taking them. And
you try to fuck this guy
trying
right
to
now.
because she's
It's nice
just
to
like
be a
nice
priest.
vibe. Yeah, she's like nice record, and he's like, yeah, the singer just really encapsulates.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And she's like,
They're just locking eyes.
fuck yeah, and he's like, oh,
I really loved like I said, I really loved. Thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. Are you really trying to fuck this guy right now?
I love when they take the gag off him and he was like, "Are you okay? My wife is a dick."
good.
But
Jess,
now,
what'd you think?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I really like this show. It's fun and it's funny. And I agree with a lot of what you guys were saying. Like, I wasn't expecting John Cena to be this good. But he's able to kind of like make fun of himself a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
like there's a joke in there, like, about how wrestlers aren't real. Like, it's not real. Like, wrestling's not real or whatever. And so that was funny. And I really like the vibe of the show. I like how it matches the Suicide Squad movie pretty well, and then like just immediately continues it right from the end.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's like pieced together really nicely. The soundtrack is awesome.
Yes.
Yo, I wrote that down too. Actually,
It's funny because sometimes
best TV
I
soundtrack.
watch everything with subtitles, so
Same.
I'm seeing the lyrics for these songs, and I'm literally thinking in my head, like, did they just make these songs up for this show, or
No,
or
that-
did
like,
this
that's when
music
you have-
actually
but
exist
James
already?
Gunn does that.
I was gonna say
like-
when you have a really good music supervisor, if you like notice the tracks, like the names of the tracks, a lot of the time will be relevant to that. But James Gunn just is fucking amazing. Like, I mean, look at all the Guardians movies. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he is so good by telling a story and incorporating the music into it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it doesn't just do it in a way where it's like, oh, cool, that's cool background noise.
The
It's
music
like, you
is-
know
yeah.
this character because he's like, I'm gonna take like Def Leppard and all this shit. Like,
Yeah, and it's
My
funny that
gosh.
you mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy, because I was thinking, like, I could see like a
Star-Lord.
soundtrack to this show, like, taking off like in its own collection, like how they have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 mixtape, whatever.
Oh,
like,
they're gonna put
I
out a
could totally
vinyl
see, yeah,
with
Oh,
this,
yeah.
like,
I could
They
see
soundtrack.
that
should,
happening.
because it's so fucking good. It's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I really like it.
And
There's not a wasted song. And what I also love is a lot of times I'm listening to it, I was just like, I've never heard this song before, but it's amazing. And it then
What
wants
they
me
do-
to
It's
just
like
go
hair metal and you love it.
yeah,
Like-
exactly.
and there's a lot of covers.
What
too.
was the
Yeah.
cover
Yeah.
in the one
At the
the one
very
end
end.
Pumped Up
credits.
Kicks?
Pumped Up Kicks.
Pumped
Yeah,
Up Kicks.
that's
That was a
what it
great
was.
one.
You like Foster the People? The song's about a shooter.
You're a murderer.
Now the one critique I will say is that I still think it's an amazing show, and I will then continue watching this one. But
Much better than Hawkeye.
much better, way better than Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is a piece of shit.
Fuck that show. But the one critique that I do have for it is that it's so James Gunn that there's a lot of those tangents that the characters will go on, like the Bernstein Bears ones, where a lot of times they'll go off on those tangents, and I feel like suddenly the show is slowing down. And I'm now getting to a point where I was like, okay, this is kind of funny, but I just want the plot to keep going. A lot of times
the story is a bit slow. In
it's
places.
slow. It's slow. And I feel like a lot of those tangents slow it down, where you get a lot of great moments of comedy, but it's still like, the joke is done. I want to move on.
I do feel that like Marvel tries to do that a lot, and they don't do it nearly as well.
Yes. Marvels are kind of corny.
Yeah.
This is like,
I don't
kitty
endorse
conversations.
these. By the way, I don't agree.
I think you're right. I think Marvel, when you take that kind of chance, when you slow down an action show for a joke, the joke has to hit.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
if you have that, James Gunn, obviously he's like a comedic genius. He knows how to make a bit about, foster the people and all that stuff. It's just a dumb bit that he's literally slowing down like a super intense scene where cops are knocking on doors. If with Marvel, I feel like they don't have the balls to take that kind of edginess of a joke and so therefore it doesn't land as much and it doesn't work. And that's
wait to
it's just
see-
slowing down. For the sake of slowing
100%.
down.
I can't wait to
100%.
see what Deadpool 3 is like.
It's gonna be unbelievable.
Well, what they said. Well,
Is there a date for that?
no,
Or
there's not a date yet. But
timetable?
Ryan Reynolds is like fighting for it because
Oh, it's still not
it's
even
it,
in
no,
production.
it is in production. There
Oh.
the problem is that Disney said we are doing one movie that's rated R, and that's Deadpool 3. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure
They're gonna
that they are
yeah.
fucking trying to they are pulling everything they can out of that movie as far as like how far can they go like with the actual writing and like what gags they're allowed to pull off. And I'm sure it's like, is this going to be something we're going to be able to put on Disney Plus? Like, even though the first one they made, they got $50 million for it, right? The first Deadpool movie, and that movie made gangbusters, so
Yeah.
much money. The
Top
second movie,
5 rated R movies of all time.
yep,
Yeah.
the second
Deadpool
movie
1
is
and 2.
Deadpool 1
Yeah.
and 2.
Oh wow.
Deadpool 2 was made for like $110 million. Once again, that one did better than the first one.
Yep.
So they're gonna make money.
Yeah.
So like, why you lowballing them?
There's plenty of money to be
Because
made.
it's Disney.
Yeah.
They're
Plenty
gonna
of
fuck
money.
up any franchise they pick.
Like I said, there is nothing to validate that. That is just pure speculation based upon how we are hearing. Like, we just keep hearing about how it's in production and how like it will be rated R, but we don't hear anything else past that.
A soft R. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're
Soft
trying to
R.
figure out where it's gonna fit. You know,
Yeah.
in
They're trying
the
to create a
MCU.
new rating in
Right.
between PG-13 and R.
They'd love that.
Q.
You have to have your
For
learner's
questionable.
permit. Like,
Q for I don't know. You're a fucking adult.
You be the
Figure-
parent.
flip
Yeah.
a coin.
Yeah.
You figure out if your kid's gonna see it.
Yeah. Don't bring a baby to this. That's what
That's every movie. Every rating.
every movie is. Don't bring a baby.
No babies.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw a movie that was rated G? Like, even the Pixar movies are not all PG.
I saw Encanto. If that was whatever that was rated. Encanto.
Is that G?
I probably.
The Incredibles.
Did
was
someone
PG.
die?
Oh, there is like a little bit of not
PG
on-screen
then.
death.
There's a
PG.
little
Oh,
death.
are you looking it up, Mike?
Yeah.
Depends how much death there is.
There's a touch
There's
of
no
death.
on-screen death, but I don't know. Where am I gonna find
AJ, what's
that?
the last G-rated movie you watched?
I'm trying to think too. I might be in Encanto too. I just watched that the other day.
Is it
I'm trying to see
G?
if it's
It is
rated G.
PG.
It's PG. It's what I
damn.
said. Even that slightest hint of death, bro, you're PG.
It's a
all
great
right?
movie though. You should watch it. The
Liz
songs,
watched
the
it.
songs fucking slap. Like
Okay.
they have been like
Liz watched it and
stuck
she
in my
cried.
head. Oh yeah, it's
I-
emotional.
It's a
I
tearjerker.
can't wait to see the new Pixar Red Panda. Is that what it's called?
yeah,
Oh,
I think
Turning
something
Red.
Turning
yeah.
Red or
Yeah.
some shit.
That
Either
looks
way,
really cute.
that looks really funny. I'm a sucker for animated furry woodland creatures.
Looks like I'm trying to find like
Good
any
to know.
G movies that have come out recently. Looks like one of the latest ones was the Paw Patrol movie. So I was like,
Dude,
that's what you get.
great
with G.
fucking movie.
Can't kill a fucking can't kill a fucking puppy.
But it's got a bunch of cops.
Dude,
Like,
John Wick killed a puppy.
Cops, puppies, bro. Midwestern moms love that shit. Anyway,
Toy Story 4 was G.
oh,
Oh,
it's cute.
okay.
Really?
Toy Story 4 is
really?
G.
I
I think that's the last G-rated movie I watched.
That was
I would-
probably mine too.
yeah.
Are you about to
that
say
was-
Ratatouille? As if that
No,
was,
I'm just reading off other ones like Ratatouille, Wall-E. They're all
Dude, Ratatouille's magical.
We saw Wally together.
love that.
We did.
We
Wally's
We
did.
did.
great. I love
Wall-E's
Wally.
a great movie.
Was that where you guys were all on a date and I was just chilling there? Was that the movie that we saw? No, that wasn't that
well,
one.
Saggy wasn't there. I think it was a date. I don't know, dude. It was weird.
Well, no, it was one. Never mind. We won't get into that.
Yeah.
We won't go down that path.
Let's take 10 minutes.
Yes, it was.
You know
Yes,
what?
it was, and that's what we saw.
I'll wait.
You want to get into it?
No.
All right.
You don't want to
Got
get
my
into
dick
this.
touches the movies. Now.
By me.
Yeah.
He grabbed my hand. Said,
He
"Pat,
reached
no."
over the girl I was with and was like, "Give me that."
It's like,
We're
I
not
want
gonna
some
make
popcorn
this-
too, Daddy.
This is no longer G.
Hey
Wow.
kids, we're making a worse movie over here.
We're watching Wally, but give me your Willy.
Ban.
By the way, at the time this took
Banned.
place, we were 15. Okay,
Great, you're all underage.
yeah,
We're all underage
in this-
together.
in this scenario.
Right.
So we.
Yeah, Peacemaker's
So
pretty good.
Peacemaker's pretty good.
I like
Oh shit.
back to like 10 minutes ago. I agree. The plot is meh, but I think like it doesn't matter. Like this, the entire show is about the characters.
I'm in it for the comedy.
Like
and
I'm
the characters.
in it for the characters and the interaction. You could put them doing whatever the fuck. I don't care. It's gonna be funny. I'll love it.
Exactly.
Do we
You can put
know
them
how
at the
many-
movies, and they're 15 and
Do you know how many episodes there's gonna be?
8 or 9, probably, right? Yeah.
8.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And
Do you know if
James
they're going to
Gunn,
release them individually now or
every
also in
Thursday.
sets of 3?
Every Thursday for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Cool, I like
one
that.
by one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So it was just like the first 3 they dropped and then.
Yeah,
okay.
I like this.
I like that model.
strategy. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they did that with like The Boys too on Amazon. Like it's
Yeah.
a good strategy because then it hooks you in, obviously, because you could get that little mini binge,
Yeah.
and then you're hooked.
It's
in.
weird.
You
Like,
get
we
that
just-
little dopamine drip.
We just
going on.
fucking drank down The Witcher like it was no problem, and I haven't heard anyone talk about it since.
I just watched the
Even
anime
though it was
Witcher movie,
good.
too.
Oh, what'd you think?
That was on Netflix. It was good. It's talking about Vesemir and like him growing up and his like, you know, who Vesemir is to Geralt.
His rump,
Right.
His
Yeah, his
pussy.
That too. I mean, you get to see
It's a
it.
magic
You
word.
do see it.
Is it magical?
You get to see gutters. You get to see pussy.
I gotta watch this show.
What show is this?
The Gutters and Bussy show.
Gooders and busy.
The Witcher has like
G&B.
an animated hour-and-a-half movie or something. I think it's probably
Oh,
by the
okay.
people who did like Castlevania and everything. It looks the same.
Okay.
They're all doing that shit now.
But there gutters in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kidding me? Whew. I'm so fucking proud of yourselves. Hope you're
What were
happy.
we doing before the show? Like, oh.
Yeah, as your fucking mic
That we
test,
can't
you're
do.
just moaning
That we
into the
can't
mic.
do, yeah.
There he goes.
That's great.
Anyway, Peacemaker's good. It's
Any
good.
Yeah.
final thoughts?
AJ, what are your final thoughts on
AJ, what's your
Peacemaker?
final thoughts on Peacemaker?
I mean, I'm hooked. I love James Gunn, so basically, anything he does, I'll buy a ticket to. So I'm hooked in. I'm going to be watching the crap out of this.
Yeah, I'm
be good.
right there with you.
100%.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll cover that when in 5 weeks we'll
Yeah.
be back on this.
Mhm.
But I will watch it, and hopefully I'll like it. Continue to like it. It could be
Yep.
the worst. Who knows?
We'll see.
It's good right now though. Check it out.
I have a transition.
Hit it.
Hit it.
So AJ was talking about The Boys before.
Uh-huh.
Jack Quaid is in The Boys.
Whoa.
Look at that connection.
You
Look at
know
that
what
6
else
degrees.
he's in? Scream.
I thought you were gonna say something else. Like, what else is Jack Wayne in?
I don't fucking know.
I have no idea.
I literally only know him from he was in another movie recently.
That's Dennis Quaid's son.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yep.
I straight up didn't
I did
know
not
that.
know that either until like the other day when I looked up his IMDb. I'm like, oh, look at that.
I was kind of hoping he'd be
That was
Randy Quaid's son.
we were gonna get one or the other.
When his agent calls, they're like, "Which one, son?
Who is your father? Who's your daddy, and what does he do?
From what house of Quaid
What
do
house
you
of
reign
Quaid?
from?"
The Dennis or the one who's holed up in Canada, escaping U.S. law?
Hiding from the government. Which one?
He's like, not that one.
The one that
Not the
The one allowed to
the
have a
one that-
passport.
The one
Like,
that
oh, cool,
taped
all
his
right.
brother's face.
The one with the coke problem, or
The
the
one-
one who can't have a passport?
He's like, both have a coke problem. What do you fucking want me to do?
The one that taped it hit that weird lady's face to his own, and like he did that weird YouTube video where it was like he put her face on a
don't know what you're
pineapple.
talking about.
Yeah, you don't know this?
What?
Oh,
I need to
no.
watch
Yeah.
the crap out of this. What the crap are
yeah.
you talking about?
These videos are kind of old. The last time I saw them, you remember how like when you remember seeing something shocking on a screen, you remember the environment around the screen.
yeah,
It was
Sure.
I remember being in Guy's bedroom in college,
cuddling up.
in South Lincoln, like in that tiny bedroom he had downstairs. I remember us seeing on this video on his laptop monitor one time.
Burke, what are you looking up there?
I'm looking. Yeah. So I'm looking up Plus One, which was another movie he was in.
Yes.
Plus One is also a
Female.
Serial killer
massage
movie.
product.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's a couple options here.
That's.
Yeah,
They
but
look good. They look good.
I want my vibrator to be the same color as my PS5.
get some
Router.
RGB sync up lights for it.
Same fan power too.
My
That's
God.
mad luxurious.
Yes, it is. Anyway, we saw Scream.
Yes, we did.
So like, we're gonna do this like we normally do. Non-spoiler, spoiler. I fucking ruined all the information I had for Scream looking up fucking Jack Quaid movies.
That's your fault. I got
Hold
the
on.
vibrators. You.
Let me
So wait, what
AJ,
was-
why
what-
don't
yeah.
you give us your thoughts first?
man.
Or, wait, you said you had a theater story, right?
Yes, so I bought. I didn't know because there was kind of a mix up. I didn't know when we were going to be shooting this, and so I'm like, I could watch it Thursday night because that was like opening weird. We're in a weird thing like opening night is like the day before opening night.
Yeah.
which I hate.
Yeah.
But whatever. But there were. I was looking at tickets, and there was a special showing that was like featuring the live Q&A after the movie. I'm like, oh, sure. I'd like has the directors, something Williamson, who wrote the original Screams. Something
Kevin
Williamson.
Williamson.
Yeah, him and then David Arquette.
And
so I'm like,
Wes
sure.
Craven's ghost was gonna be there.
A hologram projected
yeah.
Wes Craven.
Before the movie started, they had like a big thing on the screen that was like, "Hey, hang out after the movie. We're gonna do a live Q&A for like an hour. Stick around." And so the movie ends, and then half the theater gets up and just walks out. I'm like, "You
Oh
guys
my
paid
God.
extra for this movie, you know that, right?"
Oh my
And they were just like, and it wasn't late. The movie started at 7, so it was like 9, and the people were just leaving. And then there was literally me and like 2 other couples that are in the theater, and we're just like, I guess we're the only ones here giving a crap about this Q&A that we paid extra for.
So what
my
happened
God,
after
yeah,
that?
what
So
was it like?
What was it like?
Oh, dude, it was a terrible Q&A.
Oh no!
no.
So it was just a taping. It wasn't like live at the
Yeah, it was
theater. It
a-
was David
yeah,
Arquette.
Yeah, no, they streamed it from LA, I guess.
Okay,
They had like some
okay.
like special thing there. And it was I won't get into any of the specific stuff that happened in it because they talk about the movie, but I don't like to assume people that have like sobriety problems. I don't like to assume like I think they were drunk or high.
What an angle.
I'm pretty sure David Arquette was freaking blitzed, dude.
What an angle.
David
Because
Arquette's
they
just
asked him
enjoying the
basic
ride of this again.
I am
was-
going to use. I don't
David
assume
Arquette is
people have.
back.
David Arquette is back, and he's gonna drink until you know he's back.
I'm using that, AJ. I don't
They
assume
teed
these
him up,
people
yeah,
have
with
a
waffle
sobriety
questions.
problem.
Like,
So
what did you think of blank? And he was just like, he was literally laughing so hard he couldn't get a word out. And it
Oh
was a
my
basic,
God.
like, what was it like playing Dewey again? And he, for like a minute, was just laughing at himself. And we
my
all in the
God.
theater looked at each other like, is this dude high? And yeah, it was
Jesus
weird.
Christ.
Like we should have left.
yeah, I think those guys
They
had the right idea.
Yeah, they had the
We're
right
not learning
idea.
anything here.
That's fucking wild. Well, all right.
Yeah,
I
dude.
guess we'll let our guests start. Non-spoiler. What'd you think?
I loved it. I'm a big Scream guy, so like I was very anxious getting into this. I loved it. It exceeded my expectations because there was kind of early reviews saying it was good, and so I automatically tried to tamper my expectations. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be all right, but no, I loved it. I think this style needs to commit forward. Where if you're doing the whole reboot / sequel, legacy sequel thing, get fans of the series to direct it. Because, for example, The Matrix, the original people may not be the best ones for
I
20 years
completely
later.
agree with you on that.
1,000%,
I think
yeah.
that
Yeah.
instead of letting Lana Wachowski do The Matrix, instead of her doing Resurrections, I think that they should have got people who were fans of the original
Exactly.
trilogy.
You need
to
someone
do-
with a fresh perspective.
yeah, who like
not
here's
someone
my-
who did it 20 years ago.
Also,
yeah,
they're gonna
like
be the
J.J.
people-
Abrams.
Yeah.
I think kind of set the template of how you make, for better or for worse, how you make like the requel or the legacy sequel or
Yeah.
whatever, and everyone has just been taking a crack at it. I can't wait to see the Indiana Jones version of this.
Is there anything planned? Do you know?
Oh yeah, they're
There is?
making a
Yeah?
movie. I mean, Harrison
Just-
Ford, I think, broke
I've
something.
seen Harrison
so-
Ford's
Yeah.
corpse being puppeted around trying to do some stuff.
Weekend at Indiana Jones, like.
I don't like snakes.
Quick short round.
Short round.
Grab my whip. Not that whip.
Wrong pocket.
Maybe keep going.
But yeah, no, I loved the movie. It's not a perfect movie, but as far as tackling Scream, I thought it was outstanding.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Fair enough. I would agree. I I think there are some legitimate criticisms of the pacing of this movie, but I think overall, like as a fan of like Scream was the first like real like slasher series or like thing that I got into. You know what I mean? Because even like when I was a dumb kid and didn't know that like everything was meta, like commentary on like the state of horror films at that time, right? It's still a good whodunit. It's still a good murder mystery, the original Scream. At least I think so. And plus the whole, if you subscribe to the theory of how like you can tell who's killing who in what scene because of the way the guys hold the knife, you know, and they kind of did confirm that in this movie with one certain frame. But what I found to be the most relieving was that like I was so happy just to see a gratuitous horror movie again, like something that wasn't like it's about how I feel on the inside and like it's what you don't see that's scary. It's like, no, this motherfucker is coming after you with a knife.
No, seeing someone's insides.
Yes,
that's what's scary.
That's horrifying.
That's horrifying.
When you don't
shockingly gory.
when you don't cut away from like, you know, someone gets stabbed and I was like, ooh, and then oh my god.
It's like
you
you do the wince and then you turn back and it's just like, how are we still carving this person?
That's what I was there for. I was like that when that one girl gets stabbed in the stomach in the beginning. I was like, that's right. I was like, I missed this shit because like Halloween. I feel like we watched Halloween Kills last year and that was another slasher. And
with a big body count.
Scream is doing the Legacy sequel the way that Scream would do the Legacy sequel, just the way that like Halloween did the Legacy sequel. So that's like kind of what it's because
they reference Halloween.
Yes,
in the movie.
Texas Chainsaw is getting a Legacy sequel, ignoring everything in between. And that's the second time they're doing that.
I know.
So obviously listen, that is another one that's going to be directed and written by fans of the original material. So once again, like you have someone coming in who understands and also has a fresh perspective, you know? But either way, I think as far as doing the Legacy sequel, the way that Scream should do it, this was everything it needed to be. There's legitimate criticisms about the pace and some of the commentary was labored in some parts.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Force fed.
Yeah. But and other than that was the slasher feel. Like it's good slasher. It's not like Halloween where they cut away from things or like it was like kind of outrageous. Like remember when he kicks the door and the fucking gun turns on her? Yeah. Like this is like how many times am I going to close this fridge door and nobody's going to pop out and then he's actually in a closet or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's that type of fun, you know?
Yeah, it builds suspense a lot better than like, you just have this dude going around murdering people.
Yes.
But I mean, I have to preface, I am not
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I am not a huge fan of this type of horror movie because I have a ton of trouble like suspending disbelief with movies to begin with. And I feel for these type of films, you have to like throw that fucking completely out the window.
Disbelief doesn't exist.
Right. And it's like that just for me takes me out of it a little bit because it's like also like the trope where it's like if you guys just took 2 seconds, everybody sat down, took a breath and talked to each other, this would be solved and fixed. And like the incompetency of like law enforcement and shit. Like these are all the things that just go through my brain while I'm watching this and I have to like literally sit and be like, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. All that being said, I 1000% agree with you. Like I think that they did a really great job kicking back to the original Scream. I think the twists and turns and the anticipation and all of like the thrill of it was fantastic. Like there were all of the jump scares like legitimately got me, and all of like how it ends up when we get into spoilers, totally didn't see.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Jess? We'll get to the black sheep of the herd after this. Just a forewarning, everyone, this is the only Scream movie Danny has ever seen.
Let me talk that through. Let me talk that through.
But Jess, you go first.
Oh, okay. So like I said before, I don't really know much about like the whole franchise series, but
you haven't seen these before?
No.
What? We got both of them.
Oh my god, new blood.
I thought you said you saw one of them before.
I saw one of them. It was a long time ago. I don't
like on
remember.
Not that it makes a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. But I still feel like I was able to kind of like figure out like all the back stuff and like kind of understand like what was going on. And I really liked it. Like I thought it was really fun. And I'm usually not into slasher movies, but this one, even though it was like kind of making fun of itself and it was like really cheesy at times, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, no, this makes sense. No, yep, no, I like that. That's great. Like, I thought it all like was put together super nicely. Everything was tied up in a nice little bow. It was really, really fun. I liked it a lot. I thought it was funny. There was a lot of really great lines in there.
The writing was really good. I thought so.
Yeah, that was
aside from like one or two little things, but predominantly, I agree.
That was cool. And then also, like, you have to think about this last year and whatever. Like, there's been so many movies like this that have been coming out where it's like a reboot, sequel, requel thing. Like, especially in the horror genre, there has been Halloween, this one, there was like Ghostbusters, whatever. Like, I feel like Ghostbusters and this new Scream are like going head to head for two of like the best reboot franchises that have come out recently.
Like I said,
That's
it's
probably right.
the way that
Yeah.
Scream would do a version of a
like
movie
for the
like
fans.
This. Like this
Like,
is the way that
and
it should be done.
That's exactly what Ghostbusters did. They did a lot of fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how you gotta do it.
All right.
One other little point, and then I'll let you talk.
Okay.
I actually gave a shit about the characters in this movie. I think like that is a testament to the writing for it. Because I feel in a lot of horror movies, you're just kind of like, oh, that person's a dumbass. I'm glad they died. Or this is like, I actually like emotionally gave a shit about these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave the characters depth, which is in a horror movie when you're just looking at basically bodies of like, yay, lots of people, therefore lots of death.
Right.
You actually gave a crap every time a character did or did not die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Also, just some fun trivia here, you guys. Some Pat trivia. This is just box office numbers.
Wait, do you want to let Dan talk first?
I'm just inserting this real
Okay,
quick
okay.
before we go to him because this is
he's
something else.
He's
He's
going to
just
take a
shoehorning.
baseball bat
Yeah.
to it.
He's just shoehorning.
This is the first movie to dethrone Spider-Man from #1 at the box office.
Damn.
On a budget of 20 million, this has already made 31 million. So we are definitely getting another one of these just based off that alone. Also, good word of mouth, good critical response. People kind of staying away from the larger crowds over the weekend at the movies, so they'll trickle in throughout the week. We saw that with Spider-Man.
My theater
Yeah.
was fucking full, dude.
That's wild because
That's kind
ours
of
was
cool. When did you see it?
I saw it on Saturday night.
Saturday
So-
night. Okay.
Oh, you went Saturday
Okay.
night?
I went Saturday night.
We went
Okay.
Saturday afternoon.
Did you go by
Yeah.
yourself?
No, I went with one of my friends.
Okay.
We'll talk about all of the theater
Okay.
experiences.
And we went Saturday afternoon. We went at 1:30 in January, and I don't remember the last time I've been to the movies in January ever. So it's
It's
weird,
a dead
like
month usually.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
walking through the parking lot and there's nobody there, and it's like it's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah.
the fuck am I doing here?
a matinee.
Like what the
No,
fuck?
Yeah, like January is the month that they throw your movie when they don't believe in your movie.
Yeah.
That's usually where they throw January.
If you could
movies.
pull motherfuckers
Yeah.
out in the coldest month of the year,
then you made
your
a pretty
movie
damn
is
good movie.
worth it.
You know, that's a great point. Like, why did this get released in January?
What
This was supposed
it
to be out
yeah,
in 2020.
It was, and they just
2021. I'm sorry.
like
And-
fall 2021?
Probably
I'm not
around, like-
entirely sure, but then they pushed it to. I forget why they pushed it to January. Either way, though, I mean, it was
They're
the
still
only
making
thing.
money.
It's
Yeah.
the only.
I think
Yeah.
they had to distance themselves from the other ones too, because also last year we got Candyman, and we had Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
So it had to distance themselves from the
Yeah,
other.
because
which
people
only-
are being more selective with COVID. People are just being more selective. What movies are they going to
And-
risk to expose
I mean,
themselves
great point.
to?
And only one of those was good. Candyman.
Candyman
And
was
if-
great.
Oh yeah, that's
And-
another one.
And a large
rebooted.
possibility
Yeah, that
that
was a reboot,
you
yeah.
saw Halloween before you saw Candyman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but now the floor is yours, Mr. Kilkenny. Please tell me your experience top to bottom, because like I said, you and I sat inches apart from each other, but apparently went to two different theaters and saw two different movies.
It was. I mean, the thing is, I feel like you think that I just really did not have a good time at all.
I don't think I saw.
No, it was not. It was not that. It was mostly, again, this is prefacing that I have never seen a Scream movie before. Didn't know anything about them going into this, other than I got a little bit of information from Pat and Liz before we saw it that the movies are very self-referential, and they talk about themselves, their meta, and all that, blah blah blah.
That would have been hysterical to not preface that for him, and he's watching it like, why is it fucking talking about
It's like, why are we? Why is it sentient? Why is it talking about itself right now? But so
I think you asked me something like, "What do I need to know? Like, do I need to know anything from the last one?"
I meant story wise, and he just tells me they're very meta.
I go. They're just gonna bring it up. Like I promise you, they will. They do it every time.
Yeah, they just bring it up, and then so again, as from a slasher standpoint, watching the kills, great time watching people get gutted. It was a really good, well done action horror movie in that sense of the word. Yeah, the meta shit, just go fuck itself. I was just like, God fucking damn it. That whole scene where they're talking about, and I won't get too spoilery, but that whole scene where they're talking about like the rules and they're talking about the previous movies as a different, what's it called? Franchise, like where they call them the stab movies.
Well, no. That's the movie in universe that was based off the events.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
what
thought
I'm
you were
saying.
talking about that they referenced the old movies calling them stab.
No. Yeah, I'm talking about the in universe.
Yeah.
It's honestly the same thing. Basically.
It kind of is the same.
But you guys
thing,
notice how they only mention the first stab. They don't bring up stab 2 or 3 because that's what these sequels do.
Yeah.
But they did bring up stab 8. They
Right.
they brought that up, but
you get why
That's not referencing any specific.
You get
Scream,
why they brought that up.
correct.
I know.
Right?
So that yeah.
We'll get into it in spoilers, but
Either or, like this movie is not for people who are not fans of Scream. That's all I can really
correct.
say. That it is not so.
Absolutely correct.
And that is, I'm totally okay with that. So I'm not going to sit here and shit on the movie because the movie was not for me. And so, however,
same.
I'm watching it, and I'm just, when we got to that one fucking scene where they're talking about where they're literally talking about themselves in the movie, I was just like, go fuck yourselves. This is such lazy, annoying writing. However, now knowing that this is how these movies work, I was like, okay, I can kind of see
but
that.
like base level slasher movie though.
Base level slasher movie, it's good
Kinda
in terms of
hard to miss the mark.
in terms of a slasher movie, I had a good time. I had a good time watching a lot of people die, and that was kind of what I signed up for.
I missed
I
that.
did not sign up for all like the meta shit.
It's not the internet when I'm 13. I don't see people dying.
No, but I mean like there's less like creature features. There's less like good slasher movies.
Yeah.
It's all like the
Psychological horror.
elevated horror now.
Elevated horror,
Elevated
if you will.
horror,
Like they were,
yes.
Yeah, which they talk about. They talk about elevated.
That
I
was
like the Babadook.
So great.
Yeah, I love the. I
love
love
the
the. She had like a
Babadook.
legitimate like criticism or
Yeah.
like an
A
analysis
very
of
eloquent criticism of Babadook.
Which is funny because like I love how that starts with like I like she's the dumb Zoomer who's like I like the Babadook, right? And it's like, yeah, bitch, well, fucking the boomers are here and we like Scream.
We like Scream, yeah.
And
Gen X is here to play.
yeah, exactly. And like he stabs the shit out of her, right?
Yeah.
But also that is also kind of echoed in the success that this movie's having because it's like, no, this is how like Scream is like we're the fucking slasher franchise. Like we're the fucking
How did Babadook do with the box
exactly.
office?
Fuck you and Babadook. You know what I mean? So,
But yeah, the all the meta that they talk about, I was just I was aggravated watching that. But again, that is not
You
what I signed.
fundamentally are not going to dig Scream. 'Cause That's just
Exact-
like I don't
yeah.
like whodunits.
Well-
Okay, you're not going to like Scream. That's
Right.
part
Here's
of
the
the
thing.
package you're
I
buying
may
into.
like Scream. I may very well like Scream because I do kind of now want to go back and
You
I
really
want to watch
should watch
Scream.
the first
I
one. It's
think I
good.
may like it. What I didn't
I would actually
like
consider
was
that critical as watching that first Scream. Before this
100%.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what I didn't like was not having that baseline of what to expect in terms of meta, in terms of referencing itself. And the fact that I didn't have that, I was
Danny,
like, I was
He's also
angry.
probably like, who the fuck is that guy in the back of the car?
yes.
Who's
yes.
this weird digital-looking person?
I
Right?
figured it out who it was just by context clues, but still, I
who
was
we
just
talking
like
about?
the guy that she
Who
was
she
seeing.
sees.
Oh.
When we get to spoilers,
Yeah,
it's right
yo.
there.
When I saw that,
I
was
thought it was
like,
Johnny, like
I
young
almost
Johnny
grabbed
Depp
my
for a quick
Wow.
second.
It kind of looked like
I was
yeah.
like, that's
yeah,
fuck. I was like, that looks good.
Is that Gilbert Grape? What's eating him? What's eating him?
What you mean, Gilbert?
Out of all the roles that he's done, Johnny.
No, he looked the
That's
most
the
like Gilbert Grape though in that character.
Gilbert
so
Grape,
funny.
if he had 6 bullet holes in his sternum.
Bro, you never seen the end.
I was gonna say,
You never
did you
seen the
watch it?
after credits scene.
Gilbert
they
gets gunned down by.
Hollow points are what eating.
After they burned down their mother's dead body.
God, it's fucked up.
Oh god, great
All
movie
right.
though.
So, non-spoilery performances. I thought everyone's really good except for one person. The entire movie, she's so bad. I'm not gonna say who yet until we get to spoilers. But
Oh, I know
it's-
who you're talking about.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a bad actor, and I used to think like, yeah, okay, and then I saw it.
No, hold on. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought Jenna Ortega, who's
Yep.
Tara, the main character who gets like stabbed in the beginning, she did a fucking fantastic
Amazing
performance.
job.
She's
I was
popping off right
scared.
now.
I was scared watching this. Like I felt the terror in her eyes. I
Dude.
was just like, this is great acting.
Yeah, when she's yelling at her sister in the hospital bed too,
Mm-hmm.
after like plot unfolds, like she is acting better than Sam was acting like,
Yeah.
in that scene, and I was like, "You're probably 10 years younger."
That's
than
because
her.
Sam's the
Blow it up.
fucking worst. She's
Yeah.
that's the worst actress I've seen in my life. I can't believe
Yep.
she's in the star of a Hollywood movie this big. It's fucking unreal.
And I have some spoilery thoughts on her acting too.
So then, legacy cast: David Arquette, he's good. Courtney Cox,
there.
what
She was there.
happened?
She was there.
Yeah, she was
was
there.
there.
And who's
Oh, yeah,
the other
Pat,
one?
Pat didn't know that Courtney
Sidney
Cox
Prescott.
has
Sidney
had
Prescott.
a
who-
lot of plastic surgery done.
yeah.
She looked
it's-
like a Chelsea Grin.
Yeah, no,
She looks
okay.
like a lizard
And
lady
this,
now.
this has
Yes.
been going on for a while too.
Okay, and I
Yeah.
didn't know
Yeah.
that. So the entire time I was watching the movie, and I was like, "What the fuck did they do to her face?"
No, what did she do to her face? She got a lot of plastic surgery.
God damn it!
There was, I don't know if y'all got quick aside, the preview for
She's like this. She looks like Jack Nicholson in the
Dude.
fucking first Batman movies.
there was that trailer for like
my name's Gail Weathers.
did y'all get that trailer at
I
the
wrote a
beginning of the
book and I
movie?
married Dewey.
I married Dewey.
Did you get did you get the trailer in the beginning of the movie for the Owen Wilson and J-Lo?
Yes.
Yes.
Owen
Yeah, yeah.
Wilson has also had a lot of plastic
Yes,
surgery
I
done.
noticed that too.
Right.
He
Is
like
that why-
looks like a Barbie doll.
He looks
now.
like he's inflated.
Yeah, he looks like he has a bee inside of him
Yeah,
at all
dude.
times. He's 50.
getting stung.
He's 53 years old.
Jared Leto is 50.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable the
Whoa,
difference in
really?
those
That
two
man
people.
bathes in
Damn.
children's blood.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He has
Bro,
He's-
he definitely
he
drinks
is a vampire.
adrenochrome for
Yeah.
sure. Like, there's no
100%.
doubt in my mind that guy is drinking from the
Love that you know that.
adrenochrome fountain. Yeah, dude, of course. You got to be on this shit, man. When
That's
they
fair.
dress like yaks and they meet under the mountain to fuck, okay? You got to be on top of this shit.
Check out our after credit scene for Pat to explain that.
Yeah. I'll be, so here's how it started. Oh man. But I also thought like directing and writing everything was good. I like the little tribute for Wes at the end. Now,
And that was at the party too.
yeah.
Did
Yes,
you see that?
yes.
They literally named a character Wes in this.
Yeah.
Like that
and they
was
murdered him.
And they murdered him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Danny is not aware that Jamie Kennedy used to star in these movies back in the day.
He was
Never
the
knew.
man, dude. That
was the
was
fucking man.
Frankly, that's
Like
That made
it
me
never
love
got
it even
higher
more.
than that. For
like
him.
you guys forget like that like Jamie Kennedy was
He
somebody.
was a star.
He was
He was
somebody
a
at
star
one
at
point.
some point. Yeah.
And he was also really fucking good. I'm just really upset that they didn't even give like a nod to his character or anything. You know what I mean? Like,
They had a giant
had the-
portrait. What
yeah.
are you talking about?
did they?
They had the whole like,
Over the fireplace, they had a big mural of him.
and they had a plaque that was literally like in memoriam.
I don't remember that.
You don't
I know
remember?
it was during
in
that
that
meta
big
conversation
scene,
scene.
yeah.
Yeah,
like,
there was
you know.
a whole
Oh, maybe.
thing
It
dedicated
It was an
to him.
opening shot where there wasn't like too much
Oh
dialogue.
wait, now
over
I
it,
kind of
yeah.
do kind of remember it, but you know,
Yeah, it was like a weird oil painting that happened. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it happened after part 2, but he was like in college.
right, then
and they were
never
like, Here's a painting of him.
And wasn't he
It's
the,
like
wasn't he
Frank
the
in-
uncle? He was the uncle of the twins, right? Technically,
Yes.
yeah.
He was?
Exactly.
Yeah, they reference
There's
him.
a- there's a lot
They
of-
say
sister-
that's how our
his
uncle
sister
died.
that was in part 3 for like a scene.
Uh-huh.
In the chick she was from Princess Diaries. If you recognize
Yeah.
that chick,
Yeah.
his sister.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yep.
What's her name? Anne Hathaway's best friend in part 1. That was the mom of the
two.
twins.
Oh, okay.
Was
Sorry.
she in part? I don't.
We all didn't watch
Yeah,
Princess
she
Diaries.
was.
At
Jess.
first, I thought Princess Bride first. I didn't.
Sony
Sorry.
wanted
No,
to
I'll
remake.
go to bat for Princess
Sony
Diaries.
Sony wanted to remake Princess Bride, and the internet shut that shit down.
Yeah, they
immediately.
Don't touch it.
That is that.
Don't
You don't
touch it.
touch that film.
I've never seen it.
It is just.
it's great.
I honestly don't know like what it would be the equivalent of like trying to remake.
No,
Yo, I do
No,
want
I
to see
really
Gone
don't.
with the Wind.
that's
Just
a
in general.
that's a good movie. It's long.
Just a
It's
classic.
How
really
long is
long.
it?
It's over 3 hours. I think
Nothing, bro. I watched the fucking Snyder Cut twice.
twice. Yeah,
In one
this
weekend.
Jesus
This
Christ.
has very little action compared to the Snyder cut of Justice League, though.
Gonna let
There's
you know.
a lot of dialogue.
less
No
slow-mo,
superheroes
less needle
in-
drops.
Yeah, a lot less slow mos.
The classic needle drops though.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. All right. Well, maybe I'm not watching Gone with the Wind. It's too fucking
Yeah,
long.
I would watch Princess Bride before you watch Gone with the
Okay,
Wind.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Very good movie.
You guys want to get into spoilers now?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Sure, let's do it.
So, I love the fact that this movie takes the piss out of the fucking people who hate The Last Jedi.
Yo,
They really went for it. And now listen, I'm not sitting here standing The Last Jedi because I'm not in love with it either. I walked out of that theater and was like, well, I definitely didn't like that as much as I liked the last one.
Yeah.
But I liked the 9th one less than that.
Yeah.
But man, it's just like you see, okay. So like I get like we come on here and we give our opinions and like it's fun and everything. But when you're making
Let's talk for a
like
second.
yeah, literally.
when you're making
camera directly to me.
when you're making like 2 hour like long YouTube videos, sometimes more than that, and it's just like going through every scene and poking holes in every single bit of like plot possible, or like that wouldn't happen because my fan fiction doesn't allow it to happen, or like you know what I mean, or like for better or for worse, you know what I mean, and saying like objectively this is why this is terrible, right?
Right.
Go fuck yourself. You're just a guy. Like no matter how many subscribers you have.
They literally just like looked directly into the camera and told that entire like
Yeah.
people just
So like, and
Kill
listen,
yourself.
I'm not.
Yep,
Yeah,
pretty
and,
much.
Yeah, and I, like I said, I'm not sitting here saying I love The Last Jedi or anything, but also it is funny to see that Hollywood did recognize them, but we're just like, dude, fuck you. We make the movies. Like,
Yeah.
we do what we want.
Yeah, we make the and guess what? You still went to go see it.
Yeah.
You still
You
paid
still
to go
paid
see
money
it.
to see this. You
paid
fucking
me.
idiot. Like, so I mean, they take shots at us. They take shots at literally YouTube podcasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the fan bases, that's the big theme with this one, which I thought was brilliant, is like, what's the driving force of these guys, of these killers?
Right.
Toxic fandom.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Entitlement that we think we have.
I love that they were like, yeah, we met on Reddit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They bring up Reddit like
So,
2 or 3
what'd you guys
times.
think of the killers? Because like it's so all right. So like I know that like the Scream movies cheat with like who's in the costume at what time, and it's totally up to like convenience. But like I kind of feel like this specific duo wouldn't really work.
That is the
One of them specifically.
the hospital scene when it is Amber, because
What's his name got cut.
Mikey,
Yeah.
Mikey's cut on the ground. She's now 6.5 feet tall and
Yup.
can lift a 250-pound man from like both sides
Yup.
to stab and gut him.
And then when
Yeah.
the costume is off, she's back to 5 foot nothing.
dude, she is 5
Yeah,
foot.
she's like
at
a
best.
90-pound little girl in
Yeah.
high school.
And she-
can't.
Hoisted David Arquette by 2 knives, hoisted her up, and then shredded him, which that was one of the coolest deaths I've seen in
Fantastic
a long
killing.
time. Great kill.
That scene was hype. The fact she was like, or the killer was like, it's an honor. Like that is
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
hype.
It
Yeah.
was so good.
That they killed a legacy character like that, and then then the reveal that it's a 90-pound
I said
girl,
during
we're
that
like,
part, I was like, "That's your Han Solo death right there." That's
Oh,
your,
yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It 100%
Yeah.
is.
You have 3 legacy
My theater,
characters.
we had
there's
people
your
in the
Han
theater go,
Solo.
no, too? Because again, I saw it Thursday night, so we had no clue what was going on.
On Thursday night is nothing but fans too. So
Exactly.
Not good enough to stay for the Q&A though.
no, not good.
Yeah, right. Bunch of
Q&A.
fake, convenient fans. I sat through that awkward Q&A because I love Scream.
I said that I already went on about how Samantha's actress was pretty bad. The legacy cast, I feel like, was a bit underused. Besides for what I put was the franchise's Han Solo, which was David Arquette. I feel like he was used to the best, like how you would do him in this movie. And I just feel like Sydney and Gail were just kind of like whatever.
That's
They didn't need to be in the movie.
They were like
frankly.
Deus Ex.
I
They just happened to be there.
Literally
to
have
save
that
the day.
exact note written. I
Oh,
was
really?
like,
Yeah.
I was like, they are the Deus Ex Machina. They come
Yep.
in and that, Act 3, and they're like, honey, we've done this before. And
Yeah.
like,
And also, you want to talk about suspending disbelief? They got shot and stabbed. Shot and stabbed.
Yeah.
And then,
are you reading?
no, I'm really not. I
but-
can't
no,
see
I
it.
know.
But still, it's like they got shot and stabbed, which, don't get me wrong, I understand you have to suspend some disbelief, but still, the fact that then afterwards, they're just sitting on like an EMT, like in the back of a ambulance van, not being taken to the hospital, definitely bleeding
She's got a
internally.
gut shot.
She's got a gut
Courtney
shot.
Cox is like 60 years old
And got shot in the liver.
Like negative,
She's
negative body
52.
fat.
Yeah.
Like,
52.
dude, yeah, my note is they're
But
operating
she
on.
looks like a 28-year-old lizard.
My note is that they're operating on Dragon Ball Z logic.
Yo,
Like, you're gonna get
Yes.
smashed across
Yo,
the planet, flipped
Sydney,
40 times.
honey, you got that fucking knife nicked your kidney and you're running a fever because you're fucking septic now. Okay?
You got
Like,
sepsis.
You got to go to the hospital.
You need antibiotics.
Well,
Stats.
okay, so like I feel like that comment right there kind of sparks a bigger conversation about how like in some movies that we watch, we're okay with injuries on some characters, like recovering from them, and then movies like this, we're like, wait a minute,
Well,
like
the problem is they pick and choose when they wanted the injury to be impactful towards
Yes.
the character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Tara's character, obviously she had just gotten out of the hospital and everything. So she's just getting out of the hospital where she can barely pull herself in a wheelchair to later going to be able to like move around a house and beat someone near to death with a
Yeah.
what do you call it, a crutch.
Yeah.
And like even like just a couple of days before, she ripped her stitches and like her hand was bleeding again as she is like which that was the most realistic part of like any of the injuries. The fact that she was in so much pain, but she knew she had to get out of the room.
I love
That
the,
hospital scene
That was
the best.
agonizing.
Yeah.
That
It
the
was-
best
it was
scene in the
hard
whole
to
movie.
watch in like a really good way.
I love
Yeah, exactly.
the oh god, what was it? I love with the hand sanitizer.
Oh,
Said hand sanitizer, and then they light her on fire. I was like, God damn.
Like you went for it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yes.
Yeah. With
Very
where he
reminiscent.
just torches her in the pool.
We'll talk about a very specific typecast. It was like if I had a dime for every blank, but like it only happened twice, but that's weird.
Oh wait, was that the same girl?
I think
that the
that's
same
that's
actress?
definitely the same actress who, at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she gets messed up. She gets lit up and burned in the pool.
Really? I didn't put that together. It makes sense though.
Yeah, weird freaking thing for
that's
her
a hell of
to
a
play the
typecast.
same-
You're right.
Have you been lit on fire before?
Yeah, she, like,
Oh, I've been through this
Like,
before.
that chick can scream and burn. Let's get her.
I liked how
Yeah, that is her.
That's
I
her?
liked how
Wow.
when she entered the house, the first closet she shot is the closet that she jumped out of in the first one to kill
Yeah.
Billy.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
I love how everything's taken. Like, I hate how they put that old house in the trailer. Like, the house to me is the equivalent
Yeah.
of the Death Star in the Force, or Star Killer Base in the Force Awakens. It's just like,
yeah.
that's just, we didn't need to use the house, you know. But like, you're in the original house again, and like, I kind of put it together just by watching the way they were like doing camera angles and everything. I was like, pretty sure that might be like, this is it. We're at the old house, and then they
It was the
reveal
living room scene for me that sold it
Same.
back when the
Yeah.
like chick was chilling on the couch. I'm like, that's totally because that's an iconic location. That couch.
Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy sitting on it.
Yeah,
When they just one-to-one it with like the
Exactly.
movie coming in.
yeah. I fucking love the when she shoots Jack Wade, son
Jack
of
Wade.
Dennis Quaid, in the leg through the door. Hell, why
Why didn't you
shooting?
come out?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not
Because you're
fucking coming
shooting a
out.
gun through a fucking door.
Yeah.
They fucking. Okay, so the reveal of the killers, right? I was like, so I guessed it was Amber, like right off the bat. I was like, definitely her.
Because she's clearly weird.
She's clearly a
into
weird
it some
chick.
way.
When she shoots that other chick in the head,
Yeah.
dude, that was an awesome cap scene.
That
Because
was
it's like,
so good.
she's like, I'm not the killer. She's like, I know. And like, it's one of those headshot scenes where you don't see the muzzle flash or anything. You just see the hole
see blood.
and the splat. It's just, it was
Yeah.
very satisfying.
It was
because it's always shocking when you see that.
It was a great way for like to kick off the entire like ending action sequence of that. That just like
Welcome
was like
Act
ready.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
But the boyfriend I didn't see coming.
Not
The
at all.
which is weird.
That stab really did check. That was crazy.
I
Yeah.
did see that one coming. I kind of
Really?
saw it coming as soon as David Arquette said it's probably him. And they even point out, they were like, he called it. Dewey called it. I was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, it's probably this guy then.
But they-
yeah.
It's
That's-
just such a brilliant double down though, because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the second you start thinking it's probably him, the character literally goes, "It's probably him." So you're like, by movie logic, now it can't be him
can't be
because
him.
now they addressed it.
And
But it was him. But
They did-
because it's
Yeah.
this movie that is referencing itself and is meta of itself, then it's him.
but I think that's where the
Yes.
Yeah.
writing is so good with it, because then you start thinking, you're like, well, no, he's from a totally different town. He just met her 6 months ago. Like, there's no, like, he does not have any connection to the original people.
Yeah.
You know, like, everything they're saying.
He's
like,
literally watching them like on his phone trying to,
You're constant, like, they did a great job.
but
with
he's
that
actually
one.
like a super fan who was like that their whole plan is to like, you know, do the legacy sequel,
reboot the franchise.
reboot the franchise, and like, you know, because they have no good source material.
I think he also threw fake news in there in one of his.
Yeah, something like that. I'm sure he's been down the Q hole for sure. Fat life.
Well, they talked
live.
about
Get you on
4chan.
record here.
What'd you say?
They talked about 4chan.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah. They
did,
met
yeah.
on Reddit. They met on the sub and everything. And it's just
Yeah.
like two serial killers meeting on the internet to reboot their. It's just like it's just funny how like that's the motivation, and then like you realize you think about like Stu and Billy back in the day, and they were
Yeah.
like they're like, we're gonna be famous or whatever, and it's like it's not. They're gonna make movies about us. He's like, they were just two serial killers though, right? They just like, what was the actual? Oh, because Sid's mom
Banged Billy's dad
and broke
like,
up
their
with the
parents.
family. That was the motive,
Right.
and they were gonna make like, and they said the media says it's like video games or whatever, but it's just, and remember they're stabbing each other. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm fucking beating out, man. Like, yeah,
dude, that's what you
fucking
need to
hit
watch
me with-
Scream 1, dude. That
fucking
that
hit me with the
reveal and
phone.
whole. I mean, it's kind of sucks that you know how it ends now,
Right.
but
Yeah.
that scene at the end of Scream 1 is. They've been reaching for that one ever since.
100%.
Yeah, because I remember when
Okay.
that okay, so like, do you guys remember like watching movies late as fuck on like a Saturday night at your house, like when you were like in grade school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was one of those times where like we caught it just starting on like 8 Stars or
MTV
HBO or,
or
some
whatever,
shit,
yeah.
right? So we ended up watching the whole thing through, and I remember I was the only one awake. Everybody else at the sleepover was I was the only one like, wait, like, oh shit, how is
I'm gonna
this
get
gonna
fucking
fucking
murdered.
end? Like, how is this gonna like really like? Damn, I've never
Yeah.
seen it. Like, I've never seen Scream this far in. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck, I have it on 4K. I gotta watch it. That's right. I got mine.
Yeah.
Did you get yours?
Yeah, I got mine, dude. I love it. It looks great in 4K. That transfer is fantastic. But yeah, I mean, obviously speaking of the original Scream, the fact they brought back freaking Billy Loomis, it
Yo.
blew my mind. I'm glad they hit that.
yeah.
I had
Yeah.
no expectations for that.
So let's talk about that actually. So the one of the twists here is not just like the the aspect of whodunit. It's that Sam, the main character, is
Actually,
the daughter
yeah, Billy Loomis's
of the
daughter.
original killer.
Talking
Now-
about good writing, because you have multiple weird twists.
Right, I get that.
And they
but
were
they're
even
also
playing along like she might be the killer as well.
yeah,
were
but they
teasing you
also
on
made
that.
fun of the whole like it's the daughter of whoever like trope.
Yeah.
But also the retconning trope that legacy sequels have done, like
Yeah.
have been accused of.
Yeah.
And that's what they did here, because I'm pretty sure like in the first Scream movie, it's like Billy is like infatuated with Sydney. Although maybe he's not, because
he wants their final girl because it's a horror movie. You have to have a final girl, and she can't be a virgin. She can't do this, and that. And so that's his whole thing. He's crafting his final girl
Yeah.
for in the end of Scream 1.
Fucking psycho, bro.
Yeah.
It's so good. I thought I was expecting I thought the twist of it, because again, like the scene with Dewey, I'm like, clearly this has to be a strong person. I thought it was going to be, because the way they were phrasing it throughout the whole movie, because the big thing is that there's 2 killers in Scream 1.
Right.
And they were kind of being mean to Matthew Lillard's character. I forgot what's his name. They kept going, oh, Billy Loomis, Billy Loomis. Like there was the second killer. I thought he was going to come back and that was going to be the twist. Because he died in the first movie, kind of. A TV falls on his head.
Yeah, but
like, there's
also they could have
stuff.
just made a joke about that. They could have been like, "Oh, we brought him back because fuck you."
I thought, yeah, he didn't get shot through the face like freaking Billy Loomis.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, I thought that was the twist, is like, because that's the trope of, hey, we brought back our, whatever guy, and that's because I thought that was the twist that was going to happen. So I was a little, again, disappointed when it was the little girl who ended up being
See,
one
he's
the
part of the
killers.
problem. I was disappointed in what they
But
gave me.
yeah.
I'm gonna get
They
on a
don't owe me-
podcast and
they don't
complain
owe me
about
my
it.
own little thought. They don't owe me that. I'm not
Oh,
Heath on
so
our
you're
show.
not gonna-
We're all like the movie because it didn't do what I thought.
I was
it should have.
honestly-
I can't wait for your YouTube VOD on this.
Yeah, honestly, dude, I was really looking. I was kind of hoping that Heath could make it too, because I would have loved to hear his take on this. Because it seemed like he was pretty upset.
We'll talk about it
with
on our
Ghost-
show,
He was
but I'm
pretty
gonna
upset
guess
with
he would
Ghostbusters.
like it, but he would write his own version of the movie in his head, and then look his version of the movie, and therefore, dude, I don't want to get into it, but I liked that. He hated it because it wasn't what he thought the movie was going to be, and I'm like, you're not owed what you. Again, that's the toxic phantom.
So
There you go.
all
That's
right,
what he's
so
talking
like
about.
it's I'm not saying he did it, but it is definitely a possibility he contributed to that GoFundMe a couple years ago where they tried to raise $250 million to remake Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and the best part about it is like this money is being clearly raised by guys who don't know how to make a movie in the first place. And even then, you wouldn't be able to get the license to do it. So even if you made the copyright-free version of what you wanted to see of The Last Jedi, it would be in its own thing entirely.
It'd just be the Avatar movie.
You've just made a roundabout way to becoming Hollywood producers.
Exactly.
That you're gonna lose a lot of money.
Hey, man.
Exactly.
You got to get your start somewhere.
Exactly.
I'm gonna piggyback the anger off this franchise.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Star Wars fans are jaded now. It's fucking rough out there.
They're hurt. They're hurting.
They're hurting. They're
Jess,
hurting.
you got some
Yeah,
spoiler
Jess,
thoughts?
let's hear what you got.
I liked, well, okay, so like I said before, there were some good lines, like really, like so cheesy, but I loved it, like, which is so unlike me because I hate that. But like when the girl was getting burnt at the end, and she goes, "Enjoy your torch."
Oh, yeah.
That was so great.
Because they're talking about passing the
the
torch.
torch.
I wanted to,
Yeah.
I wanted
Enjoy
you to
your
be the-
torch.
It's like
That was really
passing the
good.
torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that girl Sam, I don't know if like, were you guys so distracted by her mouth, like her lips?
I was distracted by
bottom lip.
I was
is-
distracted by everything that was coming
All of
out
the-
of her
all
mouth.
of her
That's the
acting.
chick from In the Heights, right? That's the lead from.
Yes.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Is
Yes, that's where she was. I knew it.
Oh,
I
wow.
knew it.
Which is
yeah.
amazing because like what happened?
Well,
I
that
heard
movie
she was-
didn't do well.
No, it
Well,
did not.
it got good reviews though.
No, I know,
and I
I
heard
know.
she was
I
good.
watched it
in
on HBO. It was a fun watch. It was good.
Dude, fucking every time she was on camera, it was like, and I'm gonna do this for this, and I was just like,
Shut
Because
shut
I'm your sister.
up. And not only that, it's like you didn't sell it well either. You know what I mean? You didn't really like the Jenna Ortega, right, in the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
She
Way
was,
Get
better
the
acting,
fuck out.
she was such a
It's like,
fantastic actress.
Great.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Loved her performance.
Yeah, she's going places. She was in season 2 of You.
Oh.
She was the one that Chris D'Elia made a right. That's his character, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chris
stuff.
D'Elia
Good stuff.
plays a child predator in that show.
Oh.
Did you say good stuff?
Okay.
Yeah.
He also played a child predator in that one of the episodes of Workaholics that got pulled off
Yeah.
TV. You
Got
can
it.
episode
Yeah.
anywhere
Yeah.
now.
A little too
Yeah.
close to
Well,
home.
you know, if the shoe fits.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, hey, guys,
Typecast.
I could really play this role. I think I can play this role.
You got- I can
You're
get-
really bringing some subtleties
I can get
that
inside-
We weren't even.
I can get inside this guy's head better than anybody.
This has been coming up way too often tonight. Like we need a week off after this. just to reset the palette.
Oh my god.
This has been coming up a lot. Shamefully. Shamefully.
Something else that I really liked about the movie is, again, it's synonymous with Scream, where in the movie at some point they go, these are the rules for blank. So in the first one, it's like, these are the rules to survive a horror movie. In part 2, it's these are the rules to survive a sequel. And then this is the rules for a trilogy. This is the rules of a reboot. I thought it was brilliant that this movie was, these are the Scream rules.
Yeah.
Which I thought was incredible because they nailed it of the whole, it's always a love interest. It's always a friend, because that every single movie, it's that exact thing.
Except the third one. Well, no. The first one was love interest and friend. The second one was his mom. No, the second one was his mom and like just some
Oh, you're talking about the first Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second one was his mother.
And
Timothy
what's his
Olyphant.
face? Timothy, yeah.
Timothy Olyphant.
That weird performance.
And then the third one was like her half brother. There was only
which
one killer.
The third movie is a low, dude. That's the lowest the third one.
The third
got.
movie's bad. Like
Jay and Silent Bob are canon in the Scream universe.
Yes,
I want
they
everyone
are.
to remember
Yes,
that.
they
Don't
are.
forget it. They are
Really?
literally in the universe.
October
That's
of
bold.
last year, Liz and I just watched the whole franchise in like 2 days. We just shotgun 1 and 2 back to back, and then we watched 3 and 4 the next day, right?
And 3 has a lot of like big actors in it.
Yeah, it really does. And then what's the and then we watched 4. 4 is okay. I remember at the time it's fine, but it's just like I feel like that movie was kind of ahead of its time because it had a lot of commentary on social media and how like the reason the killers are killing people this time is because like they want to get like likes and views and shit. And like that wasn't as big then as it became like 5 years later.
Yeah.
Right.
So that Scream movie was like, now people look back on it and go, oh wow, they were actually thinking ahead of, because like think about what the last 5 years have been like on the internet.
No.
No, I don't want to. Yeah,
Absolutely not.
So
You put that evil on me.
don't
make me think.
So yeah, but basically like that's and then that one was her cousin, right?
It was her, her
It was
cousin
Emma
and
Roberts,
some
who
other
was her
friend.
cousin, and then the boy that wanted to date her,
Yes.
right? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
That was exactly
and then
it.
she
it was
killed
the whole-
him.
Follows the rules
She-
of family, someone from your past coming back. That's the Scream rules. Those are the cliches.
Emma
of the Scream
Roberts
movies.
runs on a knife in that movie. You guys know when I say run on it? You ever hear me say that? Run on it like that?
Nope.
No.
It literally means to put a wall up against a knife and run on it. And Emma Roberts does that to herself and throws herself through a glass table. Like,
Good God.
Why?
she's trying to, because she was the killer, and now that she's wounded everyone or like mortally wounded people, she's trying to hurt herself to make
it look like she's been hurt. Yeah.
So
Which is why this movie's so great, because then when we get Sydney and Gail walking up on the house, that what's her name walks out like, I'm stabbed, I'm hurt. They're like, this chick.
yeah.
Freaking-
What do you
I
think?
love that they
What
read
do you
it
think?
right
It's
away.
a trap.
She's like,
It's a trap.
And she's like,
Yeah,
fuck it.
it. Yeah.
yeah.
I love it. It's so good. There's
Me
so many
too.
great moments, And that's the thing is like, like one of the moments I said before was that there's a shot where Sam finally like embraces, like I say, when he's in the backseat and cut some fucking throats, like
Yeah.
I thought, they're gonna unleash a serial killer out on 2 serial killers.
That's
like that
what I
would be
thought.
a fun twist. And instead, she ends up stabbing. I mean, like I feel like in any situation though, if like I got the upper, I'd stab the shit out of that person too.
Absolutely.
So I don't think it takes
Check
a
your
serial
neck.
killer's dad necessarily to do that. You know what I
Everyone
mean?
here is like, absolutely no
Absolutely.
hesitation
No
of murdering
hesitation.
another person.
I will murder.
If I'm
If I'm about to get murdered, I will murder
If I
first.
am under duress,
If I have
okay.
to stand my ground, I will
Yeah.
stand my ground.
Yeah. Either
I
way
will
though.
start slashing.
Either way though, she kills that guy, and it's just like.
Whoa.
Oof, I didn't realize. Sorry, I forgot this.
It's dramatic.
I forgot this table was made out of paper and
It's cardboard, basically.
thumbtack.
I did a good job making the table.
I worked
I worked
10 hours.
Worked hard on this fucking table. But yeah, no, I'm just saying that like I liked how it was like her who ended up killing like the boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like it rose to that like, oh, okay, they really like they did kind of let the animal out. But my point is that when she raises the knife is framed the same exact way as the first kill when they kill Drew Barrymore in the the first
Yeah.
sequence in the very first Scream, and that's how they kind of. So I don't know if it's intentional, but there's this fan theory that came out a couple years ago where like you can tell who's in the costume in the first Scream by the way that they hold the knife, where Billy holds the knife with one hand and Stu he's the guy who always holds the knife together and stabs down. And in this movie, I don't know if it was intentional in the first movie, but in this movie, they have totally confirmed
It is
that
fully intentional,
because
yeah.
they framed his daughter holding the knife the same exact way. So, like I said, it's a total. It does what it needs to.
Yeah.
For this type of movie, a legacy sequel, Scream did all the things it needed to do. It rang all the bells.
Yeah. Again, like not a huge fan of like this genre of it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it from like that perspective of within this frame of the movie.
All right, so 1 out of 10.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'd give it a 6.
Okay.
Maybe like a 7. No, 7's non-committal. It should be 1 out of 10. And you can't do 7.
And you can't do 7, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. I'll do 6 then.
Oh my God. What about you?
Yeah.
6 doesn't mean bad.
I was gonna do 7. I guess I'll give it like an 8.
Yeah. All right, AJ. What about you?
Are we doing 0.5s or what? Like, what can we go incremental?
No, we do.
You can do whatever you want.
whatever
but-
you want.
You do whatever you
I'll
want.
follow the rules. No, I'll give it a 9.
Okay.
I'm also a Scream guy.
Yeah, I
yeah.
would also give it a 9 out of 10. Like I said, I'm a big fucking Scream fan. So
If I would go to an 8 if they had fixed a little bit of the pacing. It did not
there
have to be
is
as
some
long as it
dragging pacing, and like that's part of Wes Craven's strength is that he is a very smart filmmaker, and that there was never any fat on his movies. And this is the first Scream without. Which, by the way, we should mention the directors. I don't know their names because they go as radio silence,
Yeah.
I believe.
Mhm.
It's
Oh, is
like,
that
They're
their-
the Ready or
that's their
Not guys.
title?
Yeah,
That's the.
and they
Oh,
made,
that's right.
They
That's
made
right.
Ready or Not, and I don't know if you guys have you seen Ready or Not, Jess?
No.
Very good.
Burke, you haven't
should.
seen it? You should make that a
I don't think I
priority because
have,
it's
no.
fucking excellent.
That's a really good horror movie.
Awesome.
That's a
horror
lot.
movie.
That's a lot of fun.
And like it starts out so slow and dreary, and then by Act 2, you're like, "What?
It's nonstop.
I did not think this was gonna be this way."
Crawling through pig shit. It was
Oh, I
amazing.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta
great
watch it
movie.
again. Such a good fucking.
Is that the
movie.
one
Samara
with like
Weaving's
the
in it.
newlywed couple?
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, stuff with the family.
Yeah, they
and-
play they play hide and seek.
Okay. Yeah. I want
No,
to
they
see
play
that.
Ready or Not, asshole.
No, they play hide and seek.
Ready
and
or
then they play
Ready or Not
hide
is
and
what you
seek.
say
Ready or not
when you're
is
playing hide and
Exactly.
seek.
Oh, this is this movie. I know it, but I haven't seen it.
asshole.
Nuh-uh.
No, that's
No,
good. Seeing that movie, that's when I got hyped for Scream because I'm like, I can see the bones because like it's comedic at times, but it's like kind of dark comedic where it's laughing at itself and stuff. So I knew this movie was in good hands. And during that Q&A, they had one of the directors because I guess one of the other ones got COVID.
Oh,
they
God.
they were on the little thing with like masks on and stuff, answering questions, and they only got to ask. It was like 30 minutes instead of an hour, and the questions weren't even good. I felt like the host was like full of crap. He didn't know any good questions.
David Arquette's just pissing his pants the entire time.
AJ's like, I should have been the host. I had to sit through this. I could have done the host job better.
I could piss my pants better than you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
just asked him like, what was the inspiration for this movie, and he was just like, we're fans, and we wanted to do it right. That was the
And I
big
think they did
inspiration.
it right. I think they did it the best way possible.
Absolutely.
I should
All
watch
right.
Scream.
You want
Watch
to hit
Scream.
clip of the week there, Jess?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
All right, AJ. Tell me what you see.
Right now, I see you, gentlemen.
Okay, cool.
I
Okay.
don't see
Is
the
it-
thing yet.
Nice.
Can I
Not
put
see
it
the
up?
clip.
Yeah,
yet.
you can put it up.
There we go.
There we
Okay,
go.
you can see it.
Now I see it.
Okay. Okay. So this video is entitled "Just a Guy Punching a Tree."
Oh, so Russ.
All right.
So I'll let's make some room here so you guys.
He needs the
can see it.
resources. He needs branches.
He does. He
Yeah.
needs wood. Look, as long as he chops the whole tree down, don't leave him floating.
Don't leave them floating.
That's my one big.
Okay, and yeah, and
bugaboo in
when these
Minecraft.
guys, when I collect a fucking can and I don't scrap it for iron.
It's important early game.
I'll learn. I'll learn.
Play the clip, Pat.
Okay, here we go.
You just dropped your pen. Sit down there.
Jesus.
He's really going for it, you know?
He's got good footwork. I like his footwork.
Oh,
He's done this.
What is happening?
Oh no! Oh no!
I know what's gonna happen.
Oh no!
He's prepared. But look, he's got the light.
No, dude, he's out here punching a tree, bro. He's ready.
In a tsunami. Oh
Bring
my
it on.
god!
Punch the waves. Come on.
Oh my god!
Look at this lady.
I like to do with a selfie stick. He's documenting all.
I love how they don't even try to help her.
No one gives a shit.
Oh my god! Was
Dude.
that from the tsunamis that were
I
happening
don't know.
over the
I
weekend?
I have no idea. I found
Oh
this.
my
I think I
God.
found this on like Thursday or Friday.
That
Okay.
man is a smart
Okay.
gamer. He knows the meta that the environment will knock down the tree if you need to do it. Just get it a little bit of the way there.
Oh my god!
But I love the
I
subtle.
hope he got to harvest that
like
wood.
so like
The praise
You just see it coming.
Your eyes drift towards
I
the
was-
back.
so like when I started
my
this
God.
video, what was your initial thought? Like, oh, is this tree gonna?
I thought
like,
he was gonna.
snap
I
and,
thought he
like,
was gonna break his hand.
I thought like he would
you
get
didn't.
skewered
You
through the
didn't
hand.
think a tsunami. Was,
As soon as I saw the person running, I was like, "Oh no!" I then saw the background.
I thought she was gonna be like a Karen and come
Yeah,
up
I
and
thought
be
he was
like,
stopping.
Yeah.
I thought she was mad that he was knocking down a tree, and then all of a sudden the waves.
No, I
Yo,
just see this
honestly,
wave coming
He started with good form, but like look at this bitch form afterwards. You
Dude,
know,
he's-
just
he's
like
ready.
oh,
He's exhausted at this
tsunami.
point.
no, this is
Tsunami.
all
That's
just
all,
him
yeah,
hyping
that's all
up.
elbow.
oh God.
And then yeah,
And then
look,
he just
Oh my
take
god!
me, Poseidon.
literally.
As if he just stands there, as if he can overpower the ocean.
Now he's holding the tree on for
Dude,
safety.
he's
It's
like
over
tree
there.
surfing
Oh
for
my
a second
God.
there. Go little rock
Also-
star.
Also, that water
Dude,
is
that's so much
dirty.
water.
That is filthy.
Like it's muddy water. It is like pure, fine, sandy, muddy water.
all of their phones are ruined, and their butt cracks are filled with sand.
for sure,
no.
for sure, their butt
yeah,
cracks are.
that
filled with
video that
sand.
we're taking, no one's ever gonna see it because your phone's broken now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was a relatively calm clip of the week.
Yeah.
You think so?
Well,
Okay, honestly, okay. So if I
we
were,
have different buckets for clip of the
yes,
week.
we
Yeah.
do. I this is the most terrifying to me though because I have nightmares of being consumed by tsunamis, like
Okay.
often.
This is what it's like.
Often.
Just so powerless, though.
I
That's,
know.
That's the thing.
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
completely powerless on it
Exactly.
when a tsunami. Because look at it. It's not
It is not
stopping.
it is not a
It is
threat
not
to
stopping.
our area. You know,
If
like,
I-
if you lived in the Midwest and you were like, dude, I'm terrified of tornadoes, valid.
If I go to
Dude,
sleep,
we're one volcano away in the Atlantic Ocean from it.
we're
Potentially
one
being
volcano
an
away
issue.
from anything.
That's true. Dude, look at Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. They've been saying it for years. Yellowstone will explode.
I'm still having
putting a
nightmares
number
from
on that?
last week's clip of the week.
What'd you say?
I'm still having nightmares from last week's clip of the week.
Oh, you mean True Love's first
Why are you
kiss?
not doing that with me, baby?
God,
Oh no,
Run that
baby!
back.
Oh no, you're gonna
That's
have to run that back.
that's a different type of scare.
Oh no! Oh
Nah,
no!
floods aren't no joke, dude. Because again, I live in Houston, and so when we moved down here, that was one of like 5 questions we asked every house that we were looking at to buy: is, hey, was this hit by Harvey? And they were like,
That's a good
yes,
point.
it was. And I'm like, okay, thank you for your time. And I left.
I don't need a floating foundation.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, right.
it's
That's a
fucking-
legit thing. If you're in what's called the floodplain, which is like it's a map that can be flooded, you have to have flood insurance, which can range from a couple $100, like $1,000
Dear
for
God.
rain that's going to hit you one day.
Yeah, but that's a lot in
100-year
Texas money.
flood.
Oh yeah, we got fucked with Sandy. No one here had flood insurance.
No one was ready for flood insurance.
We have flood insurance because we live in a flood zone,
Yeah,
and
there-
we had a flood this
yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
And
I
it
know.
Pay that
sucked.
insurance, my dude.
That makes sense why you're a little bit more like PTSD'd by it.
Well, I mean, like that is still not that. Like that doesn't excuse the years before where I was getting swept away. If I have any nightmare or dream where I'm in a body of water, I've trained myself to wake up.
That's fair.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
Do you
because
pee
I
yourself to wake yourself
no,
up?
no, dude.
I'm gonna pee right now.
I actually try to say stuff out loud. Like I like literally try to think that, and I'll go like I'll do that and wake up and
Right.
shit, and like night terrors and all that fucking sleep paralysis.
Night sweats.
I haven't had it in a
Lot of
while since since getting the medical card.
Right.
But as soon as you run out and you have that like 1 day lull, it's like one ticket to the freak show, please.
Oh yeah, it stores like a bank of all those dreams you tried to suppress, and it's like,
Subconscious is like, hello.
you want to see some shit, bro?
You wake up sweating and you find out you're in the first layer of the dream. You still got to wake up a second time.
Yup.
Yeah.
Dude.
Speaking of which, I was so dehydrated after last night that I woke up and drank an entire bottle of water just so my body could sweat because it was too hot.
That's me every
Jesus
night,
Christ.
dude.
How much wine did you drink?
I had
I feel.
between the four of us, I definitely had the most of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then when we went home, I think you and I split a bottle.
I only had one glass of wine when we got home.
alcoholics.
I had 2.
bottles of wine. When we got
And then
home.
I had
we
more
also,
than you.
We also then ate a ton of Cheez-Its and Pringles.
That's true too.
Which-
And that'll fuck you up as well.
Dude, I was so
All
upset.
right, wrap this up, guys. Come on.
I was so upset when I went for lunch today to go get my Pringles, and it was like, fuck, they're all gone.
Katie was so mad. She was like,
She
I
was-
bought those today.
Katie was actually
I
pissed.
get it.
She was so mad. All right.
So funny.
Well, that concludes this episode of Press Any Key. Thanks so much to AJ from Genre Geeks. Let's get a round of applause for him.
Yeah.
Again,
It's my pleasure, y'all. Thanks for having me.
for coming on. Hey,
Friend of the show.
yeah, friend of the show.
Check
and,
out Genre Geeks if you haven't.
Yeah, for sure.
Great guys.
Y'all are a great, fun group of people. Like the Sunny podcast.
Like this. Yeah, exactly. Imagine if it's
you very,
always
very much.
sunny at a podcast.
He endorses everything you say before and for the rest of time. Genre Geeks.
I didn't. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna. Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
I'll roll those dice. I'll roll those
There
dice.
you go.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. What's next week?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What's coming out next week?
AJ, is there anything you want to plug?
Not specifically. I mean, obviously, like my show, y'all show, go on Spotify or whatever, Apple, iTunes, whatever. I don't care. Whatever you listen to and rate us. Honestly, I don't beg for 5 stars. If you like us, rate us.
I
Other than
beg.
that, that's about it.
Awesome.
You beg? Go ahead, then.
We
Then
got-
go for it. It always makes
Please give me
Please,
5
for the
fucking
love of God,
stars.
give us 5
please.
stars.
Those fucking taps on your screen determine my self-worth. Please.
Too real. Too real.
Too real. All right. Well, yeah. Good night, everyone. See you next week. Bye-bye.